Okay, welcome to Compact Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Cryptid
I ain't gonna
Seeker
lie, I was gonna say
415.
it.
You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415, here to ask you the age-old question: would you root for a Nazi if he's killing
No,
another Nazi?
not all Nazis deserve to die.
So, who do you
That's
Oh
root
it.
for,
fuck, I
Rich?
forgot. Didn't Steve meet the other Captain America? We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, he did. So, all
Okay.
right, next
Subject.
one.
Yeah, now you're with me, Jake Talma, and I'm here to say Trails in the Sky is a good game. Yes, way.
Don't listen to that lie. Bricky Wall Ace Comics. I'll introduce myself today.
Mhm.
Shit, I lost my tagline. I was gonna say, fuck. We got to do something about Radiant Black and them, bro.
Yeah, we've been meaning to
Any-
get to them for a while.
Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and I'm going to keep promoting it until it actually happens. But go to my panels at Tucson Comic Con.
Yeah, do it, coward.
Yeah, you guys are just scared about me talking about gay people.
Yeah, why you scared of gay
And
people? They get their
you
dress
guys
tonight.
are too scared to be horny on Friday night.
That might be true.
I'm doing a Marvel swimsuit special panel, guys. Go to that one too.
Gotcha. Jake?
Oh, and together we form the Phanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week on our special Tuesday nights. We talk about comic reviews. All right, we got a lot of comics for you. We're returning back.
No, we're getting started. Fuck that.
We're getting
Yeah.
started with
We
the
don't-
socials, which we'll put on screen because we don't have time. So, sorry, Witch. We're gonna
Yeah, read, motherfucker.
This is
Well, those
which
are
is
just all mine. So
Yeah,
also
those are
go
just
check
yours.
out my
That's the most
profile, Witch of
important.
Jotunheim.
all right, but yeah, subscribe to Witch and subscribe to us. Get us to that 100. Hit that noti bell for our weekly uploads, Monday and Tuesday,
Mhm.
maybe sometimes Sunday.
even more than twice a week.
Mhm.
Yes,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I was gonna start.
So anyway, all right. I guess we should just get started with the book with the topic. So, all right. What better way to start off the night than talk about our favorite Nazi? You
Oh yeah,
know.
the man
Who
they
has a favorite
fans
Nazi?
don't want in Marvel Rivals.
Rivals.
Mhm. The man that makes it hard to want to buy a shirt of. You know. I
I ain't
still
gonna lie.
haven't.
Remember I said I was gonna buy a shirt. I actually did buy a shirt.
Okay, let me see you wear
I
it in
didn't
public,
wear it,
man.
but I
Oh,
have.
okay, all right,
Listen,
yeah.
I have someone.
That's I hear. You know, like wear it at your next convention, man. See what happens. But anyway, so we're talking about Bring On the Bad Guys, Red Skull #1. Now, this has been a book I've been waiting for a bit when I heard about the Bring On the Bad Guys plot,
These
right?
books have
And
been really good. I just haven't talked about them.
oh, okay. I mean, Jake, honestly, like this is literally the only book I've read from this run, and
I read
yeah,
Norman's. I think I read. I think Doctor Doom had one, and I read another one,
yeah,
and all three of them was good. Like Abominations was good.
gotcha. All right. I mean, all that's good to know, but like as a new reader, don't let the #1 label on this book fool you, audience. This is this is not like a new reader friendly book. Like it's jumping right into what's been going on the past couple issues because apparently Mephisto has wants like all the villains to bring him souls of specific people for like a
Yeah,
soul forge. Uh,
yeah. He's trying to basically some of them. A lot of them make deals one way or another with him at one point.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
trying to collect. For Norman, he
Mhm.
wanted Harry, which we all know he eventually got by Nick Spencer's run.
Yeah.
Um, Doom, he wanted his soul in exchange for Doom taking his mom away.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who Abomination thing was, but that's basically what it is.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. So I wish I knew all that when I got into this book. So anyway, this book is really about like apparently Mephisto is struck a deal with Red Skull, right? This is in the midst of World War II, by the way, audience, of course. So Mephisto wants Red Skull to kill a specific Nazi. Like, hey. Okay, now I'm conflicted by this. Do you consider it bad if Mephisto hires someone to kill a Nazi audience? Are you rooting for Mephisto in that point?
Even a bad guy can do a good thing every now and then.
Yeah. But apparently, this Nazi back in World War II was a special kind of Nazi, someone prized by Hitler himself.
What
In
the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And his name is Reinhard. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to pull off a Nazi accent when I'm reading Red Skull's dialogue here. Red Skull said, saying, Reinhard was always one of the Reich's finest minds, a visionary, dedicated to ingenuity and to preserving and perfecting the Aryan race.
That's a scientist, right?
Yeah, he's a scientist.
So I think that's a real life dude. There's a German scientist who was like second to Albert Einstein, who hated him,
Yeah.
and he went to work
Who?
for the big guy, the big H, and
Oh, wow.
Nazi stuff, and became their head scientist. And by the time the war was over, he was so old they just kind of let him go retire on the farm.
Oh, damn. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, food for thought there. You know, audience, you get your historical facts here, you know? But in this depiction of him, he actually goes pretty far in his science, and he's actually is creating clones. So you're seeing the origin of clones in this, created by Nazis, audience. Look at that. Wow, Jackal, you're stepping up, dude. But yeah, if you know about your Red Skull lore, you know like cloning technology will come in handy for Red Skull later on in his life. You know, remember there was a couple of decades where Red Skull was literally in the clone body of Steve Rogers, after all. So yeah. Mephisto formed a deal with Red Skull that if he were to bring him the spirit or something like that of this Reinhardt guy, then Mephisto would deliver Red Skull the soul of Captain America. And something like that, you know. So basically, this whole comic, like this is the closing days of World War II, by the way, audience. So you know, as far as people are aware of, Captain America's dead at this point, or at least Steve Rogers is. So you know, Red Skull's like, hey, I ain't gonna let death strip me of my greatest rival. Like so, you know, I'm going to once I get his soul. He will wish for the luxury of being in hell, but God dang it, dude. Again, specific kind of evil or audience that you don't see nowadays. So yeah, Reinhardt has been cloning himself, like to kind of make things harder for Red Skull to find. He's been killing he's been killing clone after clone after clone until he finally finds his
Does this
lab.
confirm that clones don't have souls?
Pretty much, yeah, because like Mephisto was like saying like, yeah, you're killing versions of a Reinhard, but that's not the soul I want. You know, that's not part of the deal. I need his actual living, breathing corpse to actually get killed. You know? So yeah, sorry to all you Ben Reilly fans, but yeah, Ben Reilly doesn't have a soul. So look at that. Okay, so there's a final standoff, and yeah, Reinhard is like explaining like why he was putting so much dedication into this project of cloning. For you see, he planned on using this for the Third Reich himself, Adolf Hitler. You know, so he's like, I've worked enough to know you have no reason of your own to want me dead, Schmidt. Art history, it's rich for certain, but never filled with malice. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, sorry. Spare me, and together we can use my research to create a perfect clone of the Führer himself. Red Skull laughs, saying, "There's no need to clone. An absolute failure." What? You're calling Adolf Hitler a failure? He created the Red Skull. Which is actually true, audience. Before Adolf Hitler took Schmidt in, like, Red Skull was actually just a bellboy at a hotel. You know? Look at that. I like Red Skull's dialogue here. It's like saying, the Third Reich is failing to the Allies. It is only a matter of time before they reach Berlin. American and British flags will soar over what should have been the monument to Nazi idealism. Instead, it is an embarrassment. So, you know, overall, Red Skull does kill this guy at the end, and yes, he does take whatever research he has. He could scavenge and leaves the building as it blows up, you know? But, yeah. Of course, Mephisto does plan a little slip of the tongue of him, about the deal they made. Yeah. Let's see. A soul for a soul. The soul of Steve Rogers in exchange for the soul of the Lord of Darkness. But the devil is in the details, isn't it? First, Steve Rogers must sign his soul to me. So, wow. you you guys really expect Steve Rogers to ever be making a deal with Mephisto? Ask yourself that. You know? So, yeah, sorry, Johan, you're not going to get your Christmas wish after all. So, yeah, this really just ends with, like, going back to
Yeah.
the present. There's, like, a coal cargo shipment being sold off, and apparently one of the cargoes gets won in an auction by someone by the name of Schmidt. So, and that's a technology he got from the cloning guy. And that's really how the issue ends. At least Red Skull's issue. So, yeah, you were about to say something, Austin?
I was like, normal Marvel writers, bro, they'll come up with some random bullshit that they will throw away everything he believes in just to make Devil Fisto save somebody.
No way, man. Like even if Mephisto were to tempt him with like resurrecting everybody he lost in World War II, it wouldn't happen, man. Steve is that pure of a guy, audience.
Yeah, but the writers aren't that pure.
That's true. That's true. So, yeah. Hopefully, we'll never get to that point. But yeah, as far as the book that I was really anticipating, yeah, I was expecting more of a one-off story about Red Skull. Like he's supposed to be the most evilest guy in Marvel audience, but people don't really seem to be writing him that way nowadays. They just want to write him as whoever they politically disagree with. I mean, come on, we need more feats of Red Skull to prove why he's the most despicable person in Marvel. So
Just because
yeah.
they kept trying to like separate Hydra from being Nazis, so they can use them differently, but it's like it's too late for that, bro. That's who they are.
Yeah, pretty much,
Like
man.
if you want to give them a different leader, like Helmut Zemo or something, you can kind of pull that off. But if you want to
Yeah,
say Red Skull's still the leader, then all people will think it's Nazis, regardless. That's how it is.
exactly. No matter what group, well, no matter what team is affiliated with Red Skull, man, you're gonna get the Nazi label there, So yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's really it for my book. So we can move on if you guys want. So all right, let's move on. We got a lot of books to talk about. Austin, this is you, buddy.
I picked this cover for you. I think you brought this up yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
But,
I like this cover. This is the one I had to get from my comic book shop audience. seeing
Predator
the way
kills
Predator.
them. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you
No,
go
I
ahead.
think real quick.
I was saying the way Predator has all the Avengers hung down like his trophies, man, that looked pretty cool. So
Yeah, at least they're not scanned, bro. I don't know if I can handle that on the cover.
yeah.
But Predator kills the Marvel Universe. I've been waiting on this book. We pretty much reviewed every Predator crossover except for Black Panther, I think.
Yeah.
But
This is
I'm sure
this
it's
kind
okay.
of yeah, this kind of seems like Endgame of all the Predator comics. It's like a lot
The
of stuff. Yep.
The
Go
final line in the book says extinction and level event.
Oh wow, this is this is like picking up plots from what happened in the previous versus Predator comics. From Wolverine to Spider-Man to Black Panther. So yeah, hope y'all been enjoying it.
But the book starts off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They find a signal and stuff. They start following it. Something's going on, but it was a trap. And go to the first picture.
Oh
And the
no,
first
Peter.
title of the book is the legendary Star-Lord himself.
God dang, man.
So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go.
I was gonna say, so far the audience seems to be split on this book because anybody knows the Kill Marvel series, the heroes aren't really at their best ever.
Yeah,
Sometimes in stupid ways. But a lot of the kills here, at least I was like, I can see that happening in that specific way because of how they're sneaking them. They didn't like the Godzilla thing where Godzilla's just overpowered. Everyone's losing.
Yeah.
So, the Guardians of the Galaxy all get taken out. The only one I was like, that's a little bit too easy was Drax. But people don't know Drax, Gamora and all of them get beheaded.
Yeah.
I think Rocky gets shot too. But
I think Rocket survived. I think.
Oh, you're right. No, Rocket does get away.
Yeah.
I've got one of each thing that gets away in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But we cut to. Go ahead.
I was about to say, like, we find out who's actually been leading the Predators in this onslaught against Guardians.
We cut to the immediate scene after Spider-Man versus Predator. People don't. If you didn't hear our review on that, Kraven was accepted by the Predators as an equal. At least the young, with the I won't say the young bloods, but the middle social group of it. So he runs on the ship. He leaves with them, and he tried to take them over and got his ass whooped. So you find his payment to the Predators to help him with his quest. As he says, next picture. The great hunt begins. He gives up info and pictures of every hero on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
So he got the leader of the Predators on his side, and he has the dude who you fought and the Spider Predator on his left. I'm on his right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's his left, but it's our left, but his right.
His left was going bad.
But yeah. So this reveal was big because I didn't think it was gonna come back that soon, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think I brought it up in the Predator versus Spider-Man thing. I didn't think Kraven's thing was gonna come back in this. I thought it was a whole different thing, to be honest.
Yeah. You thought that would have been something that would have been like in the mainline Spider-Man comic,
Yeah.
It's the status quo shift for Kraven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this shit's crazy because now you have the group of Predators on his. You have the world of Predators on his side. I want the King to agree with him, and he has all their tech that he's using, and he's giving up info on everybody.
Oh,
people don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say. Also, keep in mind, audience, it is stated here that the Predators' tech are vibranium made. So
they got that from Black Panther's run.
Yep.
If you don't know a lot about Kraven, Kraven's biggest attribute when it comes to fighting is preparation, traps, and knowledge. He will watch you for months, so sometimes for your attacks. You can see this in the Spider-Man games. You see this in the Spider-Man TV shows if you watch that stuff. Like even Spider-Man 2 with Venom stuff. Kraven was hunting people all over the world, watching people prepared for all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows a little bit everything about everyone, including how to sneak them successfully. And who the next group he sneak? Oh, after the Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess I'll just fuck up the Fantastic Four. That's a huge jump, but I was like, damn.
I'm surprised Jake hasn't read this book because of what happens to the FF in here.
Jake is the only reason I have 4 photos for this. I had to get the first 2 as the first kill in this one, but that last one is only for Jake.
And you know what's even sadder? Like Reed, he has a feat here, right? He has like contingency plans or alerts all around the world to warn them of extinction level threats coming up. And like when he gets an alert, Susan's like, Reed, we just got out of another. We just had that alarm ring yesterday. Let's just give it a rest. It's okay. It shouldn't be that big.
It's always the call you don't take.
I know.
You can't blame him.
Yep, it's Susan, audience.
Well, hang on,
Susan's the reason.
Smartest man in the world, listen to his wife? I don't think so.
Wow. Okay.
But Jake, he's like, okay, we'll chill out. We'll just continue our little camping trip. And then this man's arm gets cut off.
Yeah. Oh god.
And bro, it's a panel. I wanted it, but I was like, the other panel I got is more important to you.
Yeah. Man, I don't think Reed would tie his arm in a knot to stop the blood from glowing, man. But god dang, jeez.
The way they frame it, that the moment he got cut, he immediately lost so much blood that he was getting loopy.
Ooh, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, god damn. Mm-hmm. But Kraven explains the plan, all of them. Thing, he's super strong, super durable. If you try to get up close to him, he's going to beat us. So they did the range attacks with their new energy, vibranium blast stuff. And if you know anything about vibranium in a Marvel right now, it pretty much can do anything. So it does not matter.
Yep.
We just talked about Black Panther surviving 2 Hulks pretty fucking easily with just one vibranium weapon.
What do you do against someone as strong as Thing, audience? You shoot them out into space. And there ain't no air in space. He still has, even though his lungs are made of rock, audience, there's still lungs. You know?
Yeah, shout out to Galactus. He did that too.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
unlike the movie, they made sure to kill Johnny first. Johnny might be
God.
more durable than
Yeah.
a regular human, but he's not. He's still not as durable as the Thing. So they can cut him. He get his head cut off.
I know. Oh God. Yeah, and it's specifically vibranium whip they use. You see, the whip is
Yeah.
emitting.
So that means we're jumping Black Panther after this event.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
have told him some alien thing stole your greatest weapon. Okay.
Mhm.
But
yeah. Watch Dogs. It seems like someone's slacking on their jobs. You know.
yeah,
So.
a whole intergalactic empire can't do shit to protect a group of predators, bro.
Exactly. You know.
Susan is protecting Reed the whole time, and we get basically the predators realize they can't do anything to Susan with her shields up.
Yeah.
So they go out there, starting to go after the next target, which we don't get in this book. What we get is the next scene, and it's specifically for Jake. The death of Reed Richards.
Oh God, dude!
What does Robotnik say inside of him? He's like, "Oh, it makes me feel so tingly."
Yeah. You just wait on. You just wait, audience. He's gonna have his J. Jonah Jameson moment where he realizes, oh yeah, the Earth really does need Reed Richards.
Listen, if it's not Pedro Pascal's Reed, he ain't a Reed.
But he explains here why he can't stop the bleeding as well, because he just realized they're using highly sophisticated bound together with vibranium. He's trying to explain to her. But people don't remember Black Panther has a way to use vibranium to kill every Avenger, every hero on Earth. We found it out in basically the Tower of Babel and in the Phoenix event they had.
I like how, like, even when Reed is dying, right, he still goes out trying to be a scientist, right? Even though Susan's trying to tell him to stop, he's Reed Richards is analyzing this, right? He's like, I've already estimated that I lost about 2 liters of blood, and I'm going to lose conscience in the next 10 seconds. But I need to tell you this, Susan. Whoever they are, they didn't cut me with steel or even adamantium. They had to have been something with a powerful energy discharge.
I don't remember. You can't cut him with that either. You can't cut him with that anymore.
Oh wow! Yeah,
you can't cut him with steel and stuff because of how thin he can make his body.
Remember, audience, he was getting bitten continuously by vampires during that blood hunt event. Yet he was still fine. But like, even in his final moments, he was deducing information to at least give the heroes a chance of what they're fighting for. You know. So yeah, he went down as a scientist.
Yeah, he tells him to rest, but we know he's not getting back up. But now she knows it's vibranium, which means she knows her next step is to go to Black Panther.
Yep. So,
but as you see right at the bottom, next extinction event.
Well, audience, look at that. We lost the world's smartest being now. Yeah, I hope
you noticed Cribbit. You noticed they didn't go to the Moon Girl.
That I wanted to bring her up. Yeah, now that you lost the world's smartest being, I would expect someone else who's bragging about the title about being so much more smarter than Reed to step up in this book. You know, let's see. Come on, step up in the plate.
What little girl steps up first? Valeria, who also said to be smarter than Reed, or Moon Girl?
Yeah. How would you all? Okay, Moon Girl. Let's see how you go up against
Valeria and Moon Girl could have a book together, just a mini book.
No, she does not like Moon Girl.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You put them together. You see what they do.
The only thing I don't like about Moon Girl is how everybody keeps bragging she's so much smarter than Reed, but I never see anything proving that.
Yeah. Once you get a feat, there really will be no problem with her character. But yes, it needs a feat, man.
Yep.
I think you have Valeria be her Dr. Doom, but like she's just smarter. That'd be fun. Like, she just like she goes to Doom. She's like, I understand why you hate my father. Like I love my father, but I get it. Like I get why you would hate somebody that much.
But that's the end of the book. I had to include the death for Jake the Fee.
Yeah,
that's his op.
You know, Jake's not going to be satisfied unless Predator actually skins Reed alive. You know, like.
You gotta no. You wear them like a loincloth. Right?
Exact. No. You want the predators to give you that, so you could wear them like a loincloth.
You know the DBS Broly, like Super Broly, how he has like the little cloth on his like of his friend Ba. That's what you want.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what you want. Oh, okay. You want Reed's skin to be on your lower end area, is what you're saying. Telling me.
No, Cryptid. He wants the. Remember Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe? What happened to Beast?
Yes. Oh. Okay. You want to wear the skin of your greatest rival, Jake. Okay. You know.
So he knows I have no rival. I'm sorry, I watched
People don't know that joke, bro.
I saw the Flash today. I had to.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good book. I mean, this is a treat if you've been keeping up with all the Predator versus comics. So yeah, I mean, we did see like that Predator that's in the Weapon X program here, all the way. By the way, audience.
Yeah.
So,
what do you call Predator X? That's not a good name.
Yeah, meet Predator X. Yeah.
They gotta do better than that.
Yeah. Weapon P. Does that sound good?
It's a little bit better, at least.
Okay. But yeah, that's really it for this book, audience. So, any final thoughts before we move on?
We can go.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next book. Jake.
Okay. Last time on my vampire.
I have a question. Wait, Jake, I have a question. Did you make this photo?
Yes. Quinn and the gang traveled to the vampire world to save Peter and Fex from an execution, but an ambush by Bone Claw split the team apart. Forced to face the king-tier beast alone, Quinn miraculously earned its respect and made it his familiar. While Team Talon searched for answers at the Vampire Academy, Quinn grew stronger, ascending to a vampire noble and rescuing Peter. At the 10th Leader's Castle, he learned the shocking truth. The power of his system came from the 10th vampire leader, and Quinn was its heir. Dun-dun-dun. Anyway, on the day of Fex's execution, Quinn and his friends clashed with the Vampire Knights, but they were hopelessly outmatched until the mysterious Arthur arrived and unleashed his godlike Shadow Eater. But when the Vampire King appeared, his decree was final. Peter and Fex must die. Quinn had only one chance to save them by revealing his claim to the 10th throne and sacrificing his freedom forever. For Quinn, there was only one choice. That choice comes with consequences, and that's what this arc is about, basically.
I really pray he didn't do it. He was like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna leave ball."
The last arc really showed how much Quinn would go for his friends. This dude was getting his ass beat. In mid-ass beating, he was saving his friends. That was kind of crazy to me. I was like, what a homie for that, bro. Anyway, so yes, now Quinn is officially the 10th leader, but no one believes that shit. They're like, wait, that guy? What? So this season is a lot of, we're getting a lot of lore and flashbacks. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to finish the season because my free episodes didn't get to that point. So we're just going by part, we're going to call this season 5A. We get some backstory as to Arthur, and I thought his was really funny in like a non-intentional way, but we find out in the beginning of time, as it were, there were 13 vampires, and they were all cool with each other. They were friends. They were all nice and everything, but they were like, listen, like, we need someone to rule us. We need like a guy in charge, because we're all friends and we all have rules we follow. But who upholds the rules when one of us, doesn't follow them? Like, we need like a Supreme Court, if you will.
Yeah.
Maybe a king. And so they're like, listen, okay, we tried this one guy. He was pretty cool. He was the first king, and we liked him. It was all good. But then he went crazy. And he was stronger than all of us, and it took all of us to take him down, and we did. So we got to find. So we realized like strength is not a factor here. We need to find someone who's strong but has a noble heart. So they go to a planet, and they find this. They go to Earth, because I forgot all vampires that they originally lived on Earth, and they find this guy. He's a king. His name is Arthur, and so they go up to him, and they're like, "Listen, dog. We need you for a favor." But they come into him in the middle of the night, and he's like a king, so they're like so he thinks they're like assassins. He's like, away with you. And so they're like, okay, listen, you're pretty strong for a human, but like you ain't gonna beat us. So but listen, you know what? It's okay. And then they do the little Sharingan on him, the Mangekyo on him or whatever. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? And so it's like, listen, tomorrow morning you're gonna need our help, and we're right over here at this little hill, not too far from the castle. Just come talk to us, all right? Then we'll set you up. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm going back to bed. So he goes back to bed. He wakes up, and the sun hurts him now. So,
okay.
They bit him in his sleep.
I think
he slept through it.
I think they did the influence skill on him, and they bit him when he was like in the daze. That's what I think they were saying.
No, I think it's hilarious that he just went into immediate deep sleep with potential assassins behind him, and just woke up and
yeah. And so he goes all the way. So eventually he's like, damn, it's hot. Like his maid opens the curtains, like, it's hot. Damn, my skin is burning. And he's like, ah, shit. So he finds out. He does his little training with his knights, but he's like stronger than all of them, and he's fighting, and he's not getting tired. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I'm like,
bro, they can't do my King Lancelot like that,
right? So he goes to the vampires. He's like, all right, can you guys help me out? Help me out, and I'll help you guys out. He's like, okay, cool. So like, listen, you're a vampire. And
wait. What do you mean by he goes to them? He just walks it like, how do you know where they are?
They told him where he lives. They said, listen.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Yeah, so they walked to the house. And they said, but they didn't tell him that. And they said, listen, you're gonna need our help because you don't know how to be a vampire. But they don't mention a vampire. They just said he thinks they're demons. And they just said, listen,
that's even worse.
Yeah. So he's like, listen, we're over there if you need us. Just go call us. We'll help you out. And so they made a deal, and the deal was like, listen, we want you to be an enforcer of the law. A punisher, if you will, and we need you to make sure the laws are in place because we're going to elect a king, and if the king or if any of us crash out, you got to make sure that we're in line. And he's like, okay, and then so what do I get? Is like, in return we help you with your powers and we help strengthen your people so you're like an unbeatable army. And he's like, all right, and so that's the story.
So all this still get murdered by his son is crazy.
So they invest in some things for him. Eventually, he gets a round table.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so this is my Vampire Systems version of King Arthur. There is no it is King Arthur. It's the actual king. So I think they even mentioned he has a sword that never leaves his side by his bed when he's like.
Bro, you're telling me your character, your OC in this franchise is going to get Excalibur at some point? That's what you're telling me right now.
I don't. No. He could have, but they did the trap wrong because he was asleep when they found him in the tomb, and Quinn could have gotten the sword, but he did the thing wrong, so he got a ring instead. And he was like,
well, I gotta say,
you know what's funny? Isn't that just Marvel's version of King Arthur thing? Where Captain Britain had between the ring and the ring around your neck and the sword.
Oh,
and you choose the ring, you become Captain Britain, and you choose the sword, you become the wherever he is right now.
Oh well, this ring, the ring that he gets only lets him walk into the sunlight, but for vampires, it's just like
loser.
Yeah, they were just like, that's pretty standard.
I gotta say this: if you keep a sword around you in your bed, audience, hey, at least that shows you use protection in there. So kudos to him.
I feel like when Arthur woke up,
I think it's more like you're using offense, to be honest.
He woke up in the early chat. Quinn had just left before he woke up, and he woke up and he was like, "Oh man, someone woke me up. That's pretty cool. Dope." And then he looks around. And he's like, "Oh, so someone went to the treasury. So they got the reward that I put if someone woke me up when they needed me. Why did he take the ring?" It's like, what the fuck? So I would have given him the sword. But anyway, yeah. So Arthur. So eventually there was a crime that Arthur had to, because someone fucked up his people, and Arthur had to investigate it, and he blamed the fifth leader, I believe, and the fifth leader said, he was like, "Bro, I didn't do it. Like I didn't fuck with you, bro. It wasn't me. I know we had beef, but it wasn't me." And so he's like, "Nah, I don't believe you." And so he put him on execution. And the guy was like, "Listen, one day you're gonna find out I didn't do shit, and it's gonna haunt you forever. Fuck you." And then he just gets killed. I was like, "That's pretty good."
Bro, they didn't have forensics back then. You had no way to know.
I guess so. So, but they did. But Quinn finds out while Arthur's explaining this, like his bone claw, like taps him on the shoulder. They don't really talk much, but the bone claw's like, "Hey, just so you know, like, hey, come over here." And like he goes to talk to Bone Claw. Bone Claw's like, so like the guy, my original partner, like the guy who I first had, like he did it. But that was Arthur's best friend. Yeah. Well, why did he do it? No, it was Richard Eno, who was the first Vampire King.
No, this is Merlin.
No.
So, where's the goats at, bro? How you gonna take the king and then like everyone else is left behind?
I know. I was weird about that. I was like, so where you get Lancelot? So I guess all the original Knights of the Round Table were vampire punishers, but I don't know what happened. But no, it was like Richard Eno. Quinn's like, well, why did he do it? It's like, I'm not gonna tell you. But anyway. So Arthur eventually he got bored of all this shit, and he went to go rule his people because nobody there even liked him because they thought he was an outsider, and they just didn't like him being in charge, and he was just only in charge because he was so powerful. So he's like, you know what, I don't want to be here anyway. I just want to be with my people. So he went back home. He dealt with his people, and he said, listen, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm old. If you need me, wake me up. And I'll help you out. And so he went to sleep. And then when he woke up, all those people were dead. He's like, what the fuck happened? And so,
what the fuck? This is terrible. I hate this.
Yeah, so
this thing Arthur sucks, bro.
So now his plot line is he wants to figure out what the fuck happened to his people. Who killed them? And why did they wake him up? And so that's why he's with Quinn right now. And then, so basically everybody's regrouping. I do like Vex's thing where Vex, we got saved by Quinn, and Quinn said he was the 10th leader, and they have to do a trial to prove that Quinn is the 10th leader. And Vex is like, dog, I know he's just lying, bro. I know he doesn't really mean it, but I do appreciate the effort, but I wish you would just tell them that like he's not the 10th leader, because I know he's strong, but he clearly can't be that guy. He's just a vampire noble. But I'm ready to die. I don't want people to die on my behalf. And then when Quinn explains how he is the 10th leader, he's like, what the fuck, you're serious? Oh my god. I'm gonna be free. So I like that a little bit. They do the trial, and I do like what Arthur tells Quinn. He's like, so they're in the courtroom, and Quinn's sitting with his friends, and Arthur's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sitting with my boys because that's where I want to be. He's like, nah, you're the 10th leader. Go sit on that throne. The throne? Yeah. You gotta show him what's up. If you believe you're the 10th leader, you gotta sit on the throne, dog. And he's like, all right. So I did like that little moments where he had to like prove himself. And I like, and all the other courtrooms, they're like, I hate this kid, but I respect it. And so he does the little test, and they confirm, yes, he is the 10th leader. And they're like, what the fuck? They're like, they can't believe it. And the king's like, okay, well, that's good for you, Quinn. There's a couple things. One, I guess Vex isn't guilty of the crime we initially said he was. He still will be punished because he did run away from home, but he won't be executed. So we'll figure that out in a minute. Vex, you're good. Quinn, you're a 10th leader now, which means you can never go home again. You're stuck here. This is your home.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And and also I forgot. You brought humans here. So here are your options. You have to kill them, and they're like, what? So you have to kill them all. Or you can get rid of their memories and like, oh, okay, that's better. Or you can make them all vampires, and that's also an option too. They can't leave the planet until you decide to make that decision. So either you kill them here, you get rid of their memories, or you make them all vampires. Don't forget, we'll be checking on you. And so he leaves, and they're like, and then like two of them are like, I don't want to be a vampire. I'd rather just lose my fucking memory. So yeah, the good news is most of Quinn's friends at this point want to be vampires, so it's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So only two of them are holdouts. Only two of them don't want to be vampires, and that's Borden.
Yeah, but we're trying to embrace our humanity.
It's Borden and Logan, and you know what? That's fair.
We don't know who that is.
Logan is one of the clutch characters. He's the smart one, but he's one of the most clutch characters of the series. I love Logan. Logan will always be clutch for you. He will always have your. He might be emotionally not great, but when you ask him to do something, he will do it, bro. I love him. But so I give him not want to be a vampire. Borden, well, because his family is like technically royalty where he's from, he literally can't be a vampire because it will get rid of his powers. So he can't get rid of those powers. And so he's like, so Logan's like, listen, Quinn, Worst comes to worst, we'll just go home. You'll get rid of our memories. I'll make a video or something, and I'll watch it, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. And then it won't be the same, but at least, it'll be something. And Quinn's like, okay, but like, we don't have to decide right now. Anyway, Erin, who was like a character from early the first arc, she wanted to be a vampire after she was sexually assaulted by Jack True Dream and lost her powers. So
I thought you must say Jack the Ripper. I was what the fuck?
So Jack True Dream took her powers away because he has to kiss you to take your powers away, and so then
hey, y'all let Starfire kiss the one on languages.
Yeah, I'm just saying, were those kisses consensual, Jake?
No,
they never are.
He made sure they were passed out, but he did say, "I hate how my power has to be transmitted with kissing." And then he looked at Aaron, he was like, "But I mean, like, she's cute, so like." So, but then we also get the most important backstory of all, Quinn's book. Where did it come from? So Quinn has an AI called Vincent, and he was the 10th leader that Quinn gets his powers from, but he was like the AI on the system, and Vincent has been helping Quinn, like kind of telling him stuff but not telling him stuff. He said, listen, Quinn, once you save Vex, I'll explain everything. So like, to take Quinn all the way down to the bottom of the chamber, and Vincent's like, all right, Quinn, I got something to tell you. I'm not an AI. I'm actually the ghost of Vincent. I was just in the book. Sorry about that.
I think it was fucking AI. This shit clashes too much.
Right. So Quinn's like, what the fuck? You lied to me. Yeah, I did. Anyway, but I didn't lie about this part. I will tell you everything. So here's my backstory. So, but Quinn has to experience it in first person, though. So he has to actually live the life of Vincent as it's happening. So Vincent was in the time of the original vampires, so they were living on Earth. But this is like, I think before Arthur, if I remember correctly. But it's it's before Arthur and before they had another planet. So Vincent was doing scouting missions on Earth because vampires, they didn't want to rely on humans forever. They were like, listen, we need humans for power and blood and all that shit. We don't want to do that. So we need to find a substitute.
We're going to make clones.
Right. Well, no, we're not going to do that because the rule that the first king set was that you can't use human as cattle. That's fucked up. We're not doing that. And so Vincent was spying on some humans. He met this one girl. Her name was Katie. Katie was a nice girl. She was about to get assaulted by this one guy at a bar because she kept leading him on. And Vincent was like, listen, what she did was not cool, but you can't assault her. So I'm going to beat your ass. And so
that's weird, bro.
Yeah. So
he wrong to make it right.
Right. So he beats his ass, and then he tells Katie, hey, get the fuck out. And she's like, what? But you saved me. I'm like, yeah, but you still like did something, like you were still being an asshole. So like, get out. And so eventually, like, he keeps doing this over and over again. And eventually his people come in and like, listen, we know all the humans are going to take, just we're gonna take them all. We're gonna take everybody to go. And so everybody at the bar, including Katie, was knocked out, and they kidnapped them and brought them to a lab.
We're gonna food to go. They just started grabbing people.
Yeah. And so Katie was experimented on, and he met this other person. I think, if I remember correctly, his name was like Gavin or something. And Katie and Gavin, they were actually like good friends. They were in the slave trade together. They went to the cells. Vincent made sure to take Katie with him because he was like, listen, I like Katie. Katie had this talk at the bar where he was like, listen, I hate my life because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. It's just like, well, why don't you get another job? And he's like, you're fucking stupid. You fine with it. And so he kept taking her to go experiment on her, and he's like, listen, we're not really here to kill you. We just need like your blood. If you die, they don't care, but like we do need to experiment on you so we can like figure this shit out. And Vincent kept doing this repeatedly, and Katie kept trying to escape, but no matter how elaborate it was, Vincent kept catching her. One day, though, Vincent didn't show up. Another vampire showed up and tried to use, and he's like, oh, Katie, you'll do. And he takes Katie to his room, and he's like, and she's like, it's like, what am I doing here? And he's like, well, okay, listen. There's this thing in vampire lore called a Dhampir. It's half human.
Oh yeah, a half vampire.
Yes, and by the way, in the present day, Quinn.
Oh, I got excited. Which was for this?
Yes, you won't be excited in a minute. So he was like, listen, but no one else has it because Dhampirs are unpredictable and strong, and they don't have any of our weaknesses. And
Rosario vampire. I remember that.
Yeah, and so I want to make one. You see where I'm going with this? And she's like, no. And he's like, all right then. Takes off his shirt. And so Vincent, meanwhile, goes to Gavin, and he's like, yo, where's Katie at? And Gavin's like, the other vampire took him, and he's like, what? Oh, and then he goes over to Katie. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like he sees Katie about to get and so immediately he just kills the fifth leader, which is a big no. So like everyone knows he killed the fifth leader, and so he's like, okay, I gotta get out of here. So he takes Katie, gets out of there, and they live a life on the run. By the way, Gavin died. He got killed immediately. So him and Katie, but him and Katie were together, and Arthur was in love, and so they were together for a while, and then one day they were just like, Katie was like, I want like a family though, and and Vincent's like, I can't do that. Like, I'm a family. The odds of us having a child are slim to none, and it'll be unlikely if it ever happens. And she's like, no, I know. I'm just thinking about it. And so he's like, you know what? What if I got rid of my powers so I could have a child? And
just adopt the kid? Okay, how about we stop being difficult? It's like go kill a child.
All right. And so his power. So every vampire leader has a special power, and his was like alchemy, like full metal alchemist shit. The law of equivalent exchange.
I hate this guy.
And so he made a book that can channel his powers. But he's like, well, this is gonna be too strong for anybody. Someone who has needs to know the responsibilities of what it means to be a vampire. And so he finds this game expert, and the guy looks at he pitches the idea, and the guy's like, oh, well, why don't you just make it like a video game, like an RPG or something like that? He's like, what? I don't know what that is. He's like, well, like a turn-based RPG, like you play a video game and like you level up, you have to do quests and all the shit, and then you unlock shit. And he's like, I don't know anything what you're saying, but I like the way you sound, so we're gonna do that. And so they make the vampire system as Quinn knows it today. And it takes them years to do. Katie and him have a son. It's not Quinn. And the son goes off to live his own life. And Katie dies in a car accident. Now, usually... Yes! So,
she must have been a parent to North Star.
Yes. And so usually if Katie got sick, what Arthur would do, he would just make the medicine for her because he, law of equivalent exchange and all that shit. But she's dead, and he can't fix that. And anybody who could is in the vampire world. They've been hunting him for years. So she's just dead. And so Arthur's like, fuck, I'm tired. So he has to finish the book, and he does. And then he says, listen, my son, I need you to take this book, pass this down throughout the family. If you ever need it, like, open it, but make sure you absolutely need it. If not, like, and I'm gonna die because I just want to be with your mom. And that's presumably how the book got into Quinn's hands, because it might actually be genetically related to Vincent years down the line. But because Vincent was human when he had a son, Quinn was human when he was born. So that's and that is the origin story of the My Vampire System.
That was just the origin?
Stop putting my in it.
Well, yeah, that was the origin. Yes, that was the origin. So Quinn is like, yo, that's fucking deep. Vincent, tell me more. And then Vincent's not there. He's like, what? And then his book said, oh, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's burning in hell now. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Vincent is no longer with Quinn anymore. Quinn has to do all this shit on his own. His great grandpappy ain't there no more.
Oh, so no more Vincent Boy Jr., I see.
Yeah. But we can't do without Vincent Jr. Vincent, he can't. I fucked it up, but you know what I mean. Anyway, where I stopped off, Leo, who was Quinn's former teacher and now also a vampire under Quinn's employ, his vampire knight, is taking the other kids back to the lab to train them to be the best fighters. Because listen, he said, someday, I know Quinn's going to want to get off this fucking planet, but I know he's going to have to fight his way off. And when he does, I need his soldiers to be ready. So I will train these kids to be the best fighters they can be. And that is kind of where I left off. So, yeah. I think the lore's interesting in the book. It continues to be interesting. I like how now the status quo keeps shifting and it still plays to its strengths. My vampire system is strong when it keeps putting Quinn in these situations where it's like, how the fuck is he going to get out of this? Even when we're in the vampire world, there's still things where you think when Quinn's around vampires, things will be easier. It gets actually a lot harder. Also, I think there is a plot hole. I do have a question in the story. They went here at the start of summer break, from my understanding. And then they said, oh, summer ends in a week. We have to go back to school. I'm like, what the fuck? How long is your summer breaks? It's like a week? But whatever. Other than that, I'm really enjoying the story. Again, it's on Pocket FM. Go listen to it. Yeah, like I said, it starts off pretty, generic, but it gets there. And that's the best I can say. Austin, you said you were going to start it at some point. Did you start it?
Austin. Uh-oh.
Oh, I guess he's gone. But
What?
I said you said you were going to start it at some point. Did you actually start it?
I did.
Oh, how do you feel about it so far?
It's cliche.
Yeah.
I haven't got through past that part yet.
Okay. Right. But yeah, that's it. My vampire system. So.
Gotcha. But all right then. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Let's
You're
move
trying
on
to email a comic book writer for things about my panel. Anyways, putting a pause on that real quick before I even send out the email. So I'm talking about Marvel Voices Avengers Academy issue 55. Ooh. It's called The Way of the World. So this is the ending of the gay juggernaut fight, which is a very redundant statement if you know anything about a juggernaut. Anyways, so whatever the Malfagor, that's his name. He's like, you guys gotta keep fighting, like all like blah 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 blah. I'm sucking Sidorak's dick because I can. And so Cain Marco is still under the control of Sidorak and everything, and he punches Justin in the face and all this other stuff, you know. Malfagor's being a bitch as always. He's like, rage is the way of the world, blah 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 blah. And Justin's like, it is? I mean, maybe, I don't know. And can you cut to the first picture?
Yep.
So he's like, yeah, like my grandfather, my father's rage, like it ruined them. Like they gave up what control they had out of like fear and desperation and shit like that. And all that other stuff. And then Kane's like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing? Hold on. And so Malfagor's like, then you will die. Cain Marco, destroy him. And he's like, and Kane's like, no, I'm good, bestie. I know that was a very underwhelming battle. Sorry, Austin and Jake. It was a very underwhelming battle because Malfagor's a bitch. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah. Cain was like, buddy, you called me a fucking coward? Like, you can call me coward all you want. Like, my brother always does, so, yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna do what I want. You guys still hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, basically, Cain helps Justin up and everything, you know, and, Malfagor is going to, like, potentially hurt Squid Boy, but you know he fucking won't. He's like, nah, you won't, because I'll smash you into jelly, twerp. You know? And so Sidorak is like, he wakes up and he's like, what's good? I, Sidorak, who am the fury of the storm, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's like doing a whole spiel because it's Sidorak. And Cain is like, okay, you and me, Sai, we've been playing this game for a long ass time. I'm not impressed with your bullshit. And so Sidorak is, he's like, then I will take what strength I have given you, blah, blah, blah. And Kane's like, go ahead, I don't give a fuck. And guess what? Can you go to the next picture?
He didn't give a damn.
Okay, that was that first picture. Can you go to the second picture?
I don't like the Juggernaut outfit.
Yeah, they're not good. Can you go to the next picture?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can't. He can't.
Why are you looking at him like, look here, Dad?
Dead ass, no. He's like, yeah, no, you can't. And so Justin is like, whoever touches this gem shall become forevermore a human juggernaut. So it's in the dealio. He can't take it back. Once a juggernaut, always a juggernaut until you die.
Unless you're Spider-Man.
Unless you're Spooderman, I guess. Or Colossus.
I forgot about that too.
Don't worry about that, besties.
Right.
Like, he can't take it back. It's the terms of the deal. Like, he could pretend, but still. And Cain is like, sheesh, it took me years to figure that nonsense out. It took this kid 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the Gen Z in him. It's great. Anyways, so Kane is like, that's what all of this is for, some big fancy contest. Bruh, this is lame. And smashes the thing that, like the little pedestal that the gem was on, because, the gem of Sidorak, you get the idea.
Damn.
Alphagore's like, Lord Sidorak, like, oh my god. Yeah, basically, Kane Marco is not going to be a scab, like, he's not going to be a union buster, because that's what Malphagore is. He's a bitch ass. So basically, the gem falls, and he grabs it, and Kane's like, "Hey, you want to help me get rid of this thing, kid? Like, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Can you go to the next picture?"
Did you? Oh, was it?
I wonder how this sounded. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wonder what that echo sounded like when they did that. It must have sounded beautiful. I'm just saying. So yeah, the gem breaks into a couple pieces. Malphagore's like, "I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you," and he fucking leaves because he's a bitch. He's also a Nazi. If you don't really like Nazis that much, but whatever. Anyway, so Squid Boy is like, "Dang, you're right. He's a total chicken." Talking about Malphagore or Justin, but definitely Malphagore and Sidorak because they're bitches. And so Aaron's like, "Okay, anyone have any ideas how to get home?" And Kane's like, I got a teleporter on speed dial. It's all good. So they go back to Vancouver, back to Justin's mom's bakery. And Aaron and Squid Boy are chilling out inside like the cafe with Magic, while Justin and Kane are chilling out outside. Can you go to the next picture, please? I don't remember any pictures I sent.
Right there.
Okay, we'll just leave it there. And everything like that. And Justin's like, I was gonna win, Like, he's like, I had you against the boards till I stopped. And so, Kane apologizes about what happened to Justin's grandfather. You can get the idea. And Justin's like, I appreciate it, but you were out of your mind. Sidorak made you do it. Trust me, I felt it. And he's like, my dad, he never touched a gem, but, like, he had his own demons. Possibly partially because of the gem, even though he never touched it. If you know, you know. And all this other stuff, They got their own demons, especially if you're going to be a juggernaut or related to a juggernaut. Yeah, you're going to have your own demons. Charles, you're a bitch. I know he's not in this, but I don't care. Anyways, so Justin's like, so we both know what it's like. And he says that, like, they're both victims. They're all victims and everything like that. And so basically Kane is like, okay, change the subject. So you and that America kid, huh? And Justin's like, I don't know, maybe like there's definitely something. Keep in mind, if Kane Marco is saying that you and some other motherfucker are being gaybos together, I'm gonna trust his word because he is like the gaybo. He is one of the big, like, one really strong gaybo, okay? I'm gonna trust his gaydar on this sense, okay? Cool? Yeah, we understand? The party understands? Cool, thank you. That's all I needed. Jesus!
Yep.
Anyways, so Kane gives some words of advice to Justin because, he's been doing that for a while and everything like that. And keep in mind, Kane Marco's wearing a Dazzler shirt. He's a Dazzler fan. That is been confirmed for a long ass time. This is a gay man.
Hang on. You're saying straight men like myself can be a Dazzler fan?
No, I'm just saying this one is a gay man.
Okay. All right.
This one is very much a gay man.
Okay.
Trust me, I know. So, Anthony, you know who you are. If you are watching this, please do that one thing for us. That's all we want. Maybe more North Star stuff, but definitely this for right now. Anyways, so Kane says goodbye to Justin. Probably went to go get his kid first and then left. And that's where the issue ends. And the next issue is called Look Who's Warping. And that's going to be with Sheila and a very special guest. Wink wonk. So stay tuned. Yeah, that's it. I know it was a very underwhelming fight, but you know what? It didn't need to be super crazy, but whatever.
It seems like the book is more about relationships than the fights themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, keep in mind, it is on Marvel Unlimited, so we don't have to, like, worry about it that much. So, yeah.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
Hey, Marco is a gay man.
All right. Oh, okay. I guess with that, we can move on to the next book, audience. Now we're talking about my book, Red Hulk, issue number 7, audience. Ooh, look at that showdown between these two giants. In case people need up to speed of what happened, basically Red Hulk got sold out by his own country, and now they're continuing on this prisoner of war status with Red Hulk, right? And now he's being charged. He got his rank. He got court-martialed, and now he's in a prison facility where he's going to be experimented on by Warwolf. Warwolf was a character that came out like 10 years ago. He was like basically described as, imagine if Solid Snake was a werewolf and had some cybernetic implants. So, and is also a scientist. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar with Solid Snake's background other than what I've seen him do in Super Smash Bros. But yeah, you get the gist. And I really like Benjamin Percy's voice for Red Hulk in this series because, like, you see him monologuing, right? Like Red Hulk is about to have his way with him, and Red Hulk, now that he can't turn into his Hulk form because of gamma dampening collars, he's like saying like, "Hey, when I was Red Hulk, I was basically a tank. But you take a soldier out of a tank, they're still a soldier." So he tries putting up a fight, but ultimately, I mean, again, once you go full werewolf, you're still in an old man body too, So things ain't looking so good for Thaddeus Ross. He gets knocked out, and he wakes up. He's in a table with a whole bunch of like tubes in it and everything all over him. He's about to be experimented on by a werewolf. His name is Captain Riker, by the way, audience. So he's gloating about this whole thing on Thunderbolt Ross. It's like saying, "That's Captain Riker to you, a senior rank. You've been stripped of yours, Thunderbolt Ross. Ooh, look at this. You're in serious trouble with the current administration. You threatened an already delicate global treaty when you set off a nuclear strike on the sovereign nation of Latveria." Yeah, to give more context to that audience, like when Thunderbolt Ross was escaping prison camp in Latveria with Machine Man and Deathlock, they had to hack into a military base and shoot a nuclear bomb at Thunderbolt Ross to kind of kickstart his Hulk form. So now, on a technicality, that will be considered a war crime if he sent a nuclear strike at a sovereign nation. But I like Thunderbolt Ross's response. He's like, "Sovereign nation, my ass! You're a disgrace to the flag, Riker, and a bootlicker." Like, oh damn! These are the sort of characters I like. Thunderbolt Ross's voice, like saying, "You bow down to doom." And Riker, yeah, he's just gloating about this, and we see what Riker's really planning on doing. So he is experimenting on Ross to kind of defragment the code of the Hulk serum and that stuff, right? But in doing so, he's specifically making Ross Hulk out at random parts of his body. And like these are grotesque forms, I gotta say. Let me bring up the image right here. Look at that. Like, ugh. Ugh. His body stays the same, but he's Hulk. His head turns into the Hulk.
That's a fate worse than death.
I know, right? And like you see, look at the bottom right hand panel of that shit, man. Oh, so more experimentations going on all throughout this book. Like, yeah, let me bring up the other image too. Look at that. That ain't right. Oh,
Why
come
does I
on.
just keep fucking with Hulks like this? Then this happen to actual? Then they do this to the real Hulk, and he got chopped into different body pieces. But then he was like, "Oh, actually, I'm alive. I can break out now."
That was the immortal Hulk here. But I guess this is kind of like the writer trying to do a reverse situation with Thaddeus Ross. Because remember, like 20 years ago, Thaddeus Ross would be the one, in charge of the operation of Banner. He would have done the same thing to Bruce Banner if he had him in the operating table.
Sure.
So yeah, imagine role
Wow, this is
reverse.
horrible. I would never do this to anybody. Oh wait.
Yeah. But then you cut as the experiments are going down, right? You find Ross knows what Warwolf is really doing, right? He's just looking to put the Hulk pull a platoon of Red Hulks, and Warwolf goes on this monologue saying, "You have too much power and authority, Ross. A knife stabs, a gun shoots. A weapon should do as it's told. Damn. A Red Hulk should be a grunt, never a general. So I'm either going to find a way to replicate your powers or destroy your mind." You're really ranking up that ass whooping you're gonna get at the end of this Warwolf. Like, oh, this is how you set up a bad guy audience. You want to see the ass kicked out of them. By the end of this, I'm expecting Red Hulk to like punch this guy to the moon. So that hoping that happens. So, and of course, you do get the other stories about uh, Deathlock and Machine Man. They are trying to break into the facility to free their warbound brother Warhulk in this. So, but unfortunately, they have to go through a swarm of Sharkmen to get to them. And god dang, I know I said this before, but then I'll say it again. U.S. Agent should have been in this book. Benjamin Percy has the voice of writing someone like U.S. Agent, given how I've seen how he's written a patriotic soldier like Thunderbolt Ross. So, man, that would have been a good team up right there. So yeah, good book. Oh, and you find out one of the agents working at this facility is realizing, oh yeah, this striker guy is working directly under Doom. So yeah, there's big corruption going on here. So yeah, that's really how the issue ends. Hoping for the best for Thunderbolt Ross. Oh, do. Uh, Austin, you're here.
Yeah, we have a comment.
Oh, okay. Do. Ooh, wow, damn, really, Austin?
I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
got against Ross, man?
But look what photos on the screen, bro. What do you mean? I don't have to have
Oh yeah, he's being tortured, man. Like he's a prisoner of war, man. What the
his
hell?
foot is in hand right now, bro. That's Red Skull with a monkey foot.
Yeah, that's it's not exactly a glory shot to see a person get experimented on. You know that, right? Like, so God dang, dude. Don't worry, Red Hulk. You have some followers, man. We'll definitely beat the heck out of Doom and all this shit. So yeah, that's really how the book ends, audience. So all right then. I guess with that we can move on to the next book. Do. Austin.
This is you. I got the photos for you so you can show something.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so we're talking about Captain Planet issue number 3, audience. And I gotta say, I am such an environmentalist, guys, that not only did I just buy this book, that's made of 70% recycled paper, by the way, audience, but I also brought with me some homegrown figs, a whole bowl full of them, and I'm drinking some homegrown grape iced tea with some fig leaves on it, drunken in a
The
plastic bottle that's made of 100% recycled plastic. So yeah, I'm double recycling here, audience. So yeah,
the real
yeah.
question is, audience, do you believe him?
Hey, you know the lengths I would go to, Austin, for a Made in America label. So yeah. So all right, we're talking about Captain Planet issue number 3. We actually started off with like one of the main villains from the original show. Ah, dang! I wish I could remember his name. I know he goes on to possess the ring of radiation, right? He's basically the stone guy, a brick of a man. If you want to call him the tombstone of this,
A brick of a man.
yeah. Like, well, I mean, his skin is as hard. It looks like brick. So anyway, he's a soldier. He's been issued command to go after the Planeteers. He just recently destroyed an oil rig. So yeah, again, these people don't give a damn about environment and that stuff. So yeah, he goes off to deal with the Planeteers. And remember, the Planeteers right now, they just recently summoned Captain Planet to go up against these guys in robot armors, right? And they're not used to this because they're just now realizing that if they summon Captain Planet, they lose their powers while he's around. So they're like, "Oh shoot, how are we going to?" This kind of seems like a bad deal to go with. But yeah. Eventually, ooh, hold on a sec. The pictures you sent me anyway. Oh yeah, let me bring up the other picture. Yeah, there's some nice combos going on with Captain Planet using the power of wind and water to his advantage. But he still needs some time to charge up. It's been like only a couple months since he got back. Yeah. And even then he was on break for like about a million years. He even goes on to state that the last time he failed to protect the planet, the dinosaurs died. Okay, that
Damn.
was not. Yeah, that was not. That was not some environmental disaster. That was a meteor, man. Come on, that was. You cannot possibly blame yourself for that.
Are you telling me we can have 1000 BC Planeteers?
Nope, it was just Captain Planet looking exactly as he is right now.
Aw,
Yeah,
that'd have been
yeah.
so funny. This old caveman run
Oh,
around, come on, ooga googa, doing Planeteers.
yeah, that would have been something. But anyway, so Captain Planet and the rest of the Planeteers make their escape by going under the sewers, right? And I would have liked if they had stated this. Now that they're in a place of pollution, Captain Planet gets weaker. I'm like,
Hmm,
wow, his kryptonite is whatever's dirty, audience. Wow, wow, look at that. Kind of
crazy.
lame if you put it that way. So if I throw some used toilet paper at you, he's down. Damn.
Did I
Yeah.
want to scene of like someone like put dust on her hand and punch him like Batman punched Superman with kryptonite?
Oh yeah, that would be something. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, so they get to the monologue. Captain Planet tells him he can't stay in this form for long, so he has to, give his powers back to the ring to each person. And he actually ends up nominating Kwame as the leader of this group. Okay, it's been a while since I watched Captain Planet, but I always assumed it was Wheeler who was the leader of the group, unless I'm
It usually
mistaken.
was.
Yeah, but
It always kind of like
Sometimes you
that
just have to change it up.
Scooby Doo thing where
yeah,
like Fred's the leader, but
hmm
Velma's getting like the main reason the team is working.
yeah, yeah, I guess. I mean, again, it also doesn't help like that they pretty much made Wheeler into Guy Gardner of in this version. So
Yeah, they did him kind of dirty.
yeah, wow,
Not
that's
that
our
Guy Gardner's a
American.
bad character, but y'all know how Guy Gardner is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, wow, that's Americans representation right here, audience. Guy Gardner. Wow, wow. But anyway, so they all get on the bus, and they're all sitting on the chairs, contemplating what their next move. And of course, Wheeler and Linka are sitting next to each other because remember, audience, they were a couple in the original show because even a romantic relationship was supposed to have a social message to it. Like, hey, after the Cold War, let's show that an American and a Russian could be more than just friends. So yeah, they talk with each other. Let's see if I could bring up their lines. Let's see. Uh, Linka's talking to Wheeler, saying, "Do you need something, Wheeler?" I was just thinking about a little tussle at the protest, Rusky. And I gotta ask, has anybody ever told you that you hit like a rich girl? Yeah, as we see the picture of Linka punching Wheeler in the face with her wind power. And she retaliates back with like a little smile, saying, giving him the eye, saying, "You're not so bad for an American, Wheeler." Okay, they're immediately hitting this off, audience. They're going shit by the end of this. But anyway, so the only person that could help them in their endeavor is actually. Oh, hold on a second. Let me bring up this. See if the picture. Yeah, I forgot what pictures you brought me up. Okay, that's the last picture. Okay, we go to this one lady. Let's see, what's her name? She's the one female villain from the show. The one with the pink jumpsuit. Oh, her name is Doctor Blight. So yeah, they go to her for help. She's a renowned scientist, but they don't know she's a villain. So yeah, you have that.
To be fair,
And
she might not be a villain yet.
you, she's already hiding information from them, and she's already in
But to
contact
be
with
fair,
them.
bro, I wouldn't want to tell these little kids everything.
Yeah, and she's also contacting that guy, the ponytail from the first issue, about
You're right.
Planeteers being here. So yeah, she's
Damn
already.
it, she's evil.
Yep. Wow, the blonde girl's an evil is evil. Wow. Wow, who would have thought?
Well, I guess it's better than the stereotype of her just being stupid, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, they bring in that rock guy, so he's coming in with his platoon of soldiers. And I gotta say, they really jacked him up a bit. Actually, he's not just he doesn't have skin just with rock, but he also has like these metal gauntlets on. So they're like, God dang, dude! The Planeteers try what they can to hold them off. There's some unique things going on with their powers. What's his name? That one kid with the power of heart. He actually has the power
I
to
don't
duplicate.
remember. Their
Yeah,
names are difficult, man. As the person who
yeah,
has to watch Catapult in the 90s.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it is to be expected if you're talking about like they're from different parts of the world,
Yeah, different
So
cultures, longer names. It's just a lot
yeah,
of syllables, man.
yeah, yeah. His name is Matai, right? He has the
Yeah, no, you're
power.
right. You're right.
Yeah, he apparently could make holograms of himself now. I don't know if that was a power he had in the show, but
Nope.
I guess he.
You need to
Nope.
make people feel things.
Yeah, I guess this is the writer's way of saying, yeah, yeah, I know, I kind of have to up his power a bit, to make it somewhat feasible for a fight.
I, but you have to
Mhm.
explain like how is that a heart power though?
I know. But anyway, so like all the Planeteers are doing what they can. Uh, but I should have brought this picture up myself, right? Wheeler does something pretty good, right? Right as the Rock guy's about to kill Matai, he actually uses his ring power to give himself molten lava gauntlets, and he punches
Cool.
the Rock guy square in the face. Like that. There you go. That's your American representation right there. That's representing America, man. Socking the
That's our number
bastard
one
in the
asshole.
face. Yeah, yeah. And basically, Wheeler is the one who's doing the most close quarter combat against the Rock guy, right? Like the rest of the Planeteers, all they feel like they're better suited by giving him assistance. Yeah, of course they make things colder for the Rock guy in order to slow him down enough for Wheeler to actually deliver the knockout punch. So
He's
okay,
rock. Use water. Where are you?
okay. Well,
Don't
was
do
what
Pokemon rules.
Austin, what's a splash of water going to do up against a guy who's made of stone and has
If
metal
this
gauntlets?
guy can do molten rock hands and stuff, the water person can be creative. Okay.
I'm thinking like what's her name? Damn, I forgot her name. It's Mai or something like that. The water girl.
Mhm.
Again, I don't think she could punch as hard as Wheeler, man. Just saying. So yeah, they managed to escape. They got the information they need. They're congratulating each other. The water girl's the one who actually was able to hack the information they need. So everybody's congratulating them. But this is where the sad part happens. Actually, Wheeler actually decides to leave the team. He's like, "Oh wait," everybody's like, "What? What? Wheeler? What's going on?" Like, even of course, Linka is the one who's making her voice more vocal about this. She's like saying, Wheeler, we can make it through all this. We just need to stick together. And Wheeler's giving his lone man speech saying, listen, Rusty, I'm just a regular auto worker, understand? And this is already way too much for me. I don't know. Maybe I just ain't cut out to be a hero. Sorry. I'm like, oh
You
wow.
just beat up a guy, bro. You're worthy.
He's just a
This is what
mechanic,
you do.
Austin, you know? I kind of feel like this will kind of be like the stuff I would be saying, like hey, I'm just an electrician at the end of the day. All right, this is way out my pay grade. I ain't even. Hey, technically, I'm unemployed at the moment too. You know what? Not me,
You
audience.
still
Wheeler
believe in me.
situation. Wheeler. Like I'm just trying to pay rent in Detroit. So I don't have time to go save the environment. That could have been something they stated. So anyway, we get to the last page of the book. Willer is at his apartment. Oh, don't know. He probably doesn't know how long he has left in his apartment because again, he doesn't have any money since he got laid off at his automotive plant. And he's drinking a beer, audience.
It's time
So
to move in with Gaia, bro.
yeah, he's going. Wow, so you're telling me the only homeless guy in the Planeteers would be Wheeler? Wow, really? But
Yeah, because the government doesn't want us to win.
I know, right? Well, so everybody else who came from a different country, they have a home except the American representation here.
You
Wow.
you you want us to put the Indian or Asian female on the street in
Oh
this
wow.
economy, in this era?
Oh wow.
The white
Hey,
man must suffer.
oh, I guess if there was ever a book to depict that, it will be this. So anyway, Wheeler's like, drinking, talking to himself. He's like telling himself, he did the right thing, Wheeler. Hanging out with these folks was going to wind up getting you hurt. So why do I still feel like garbage? Like, but then that's when the bad guy from the first book, the rich guy, the ponytail, he comes
Yeah.
up and like from behind Wheeler saying, "Hey, honestly, I have always admired people who give so much of themselves. Hey, my name is Lucius Plunder, and I have an offer for you, Wheeler." Oh, come on. You're going to make Wheeler the bad guy in this, dude? Come on. So, yeah, that's really how the issue ends. And I did see the previews, the covers for the next couple issues. This is one thing that we're starting to notice, right? This book is really moving really fast.
Yeah.
We apparently we're already going to be introduced to Captain Pollution later in this arc alone. And the thing about Captain Pollution, right? The Planeteers for him were the established villains that Captain Planet already had, and right now you've only just barely introduced two villains at the moment. So it's kind of a jump that you would already immediately go to Captain Pollution. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna make him a dude, bro, like they did in the '90s. At that time, he was a surfer guy. Yeah, that skater
I
act.
told Cryptic before the show that I think they're just struggling to find opponents they can actually fight. They don't think
Yeah,
the book will be interesting to having most conflict be solved by just fixing, or fighting regular people.
exactly. Because like remember, like the other bad guys, the other people who were planeteers to make out the pollution is a garbage man and and a fat oil tycoon who's a pig, who's
Exactly.
part pig. So they're like, but I will say this, like, when you brought in the rock guy, you did kind of amp him up a bit. He looks like a special operations soldier, like, hey, metal gauntlets. I feel like you could give an upgrade to the other people. Hey, that pig guy, you could basically make him the kingpin. Why not? Why don't you? Saying all that fat is muscle. The garbage guy, I don't know what you could do with him. No, actually, garbage guy will make the best villain for Captain Planet because his weakness is just getting dirty. So yeah, that could work. Oh, and by the way, audience, with Captain Pollution, his weakness is getting cleaned. So,
Bro, Captain Planet's gonna get him in a bath.
wow, you guys all ready for that? You guys ready to see Captain Planet give someone a bath?
So
You know, some
Captain
people
Save
need
the-
Planet's
a
gonna
bath.
yeah, right.
Captain
Which
Planet's gonna try to fight him in a mud bath, and dude's
no,
gonna pull out the soap, and that's gonna be the fight.
time to wear deodorant, Captain Pollution. So damn.
He's
No.
trying to get those
Time to give,
nails.
time to give you a mani pedi, Captain Pollution. No. Sorry, audience. I cannot pull off a dude bro voice. So okay.
Yo, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Okay.
what
Do
would
do a
you
witch. Do a dude bro voice. Come on.
I just did.
You just did one word. Come on. Go.
I said,
You know what?
dude, just think of like a surfer accent, but just like more
Mhm.
douchey.
You know what?
dude?
You know what, guys? Since I always go above and beyond to make like voices for this channel, I
Because I
demand
bring up
like
indie
How about this?
books
How about this?
that aren't
How
based
about
off
this?
of popular media.
yeah.
When we get to that issue, I will personally do. I will practice and do a dude bro accent just for you.
For
I'll
Captain
do his
Pollution.
line that you wanted in the review.
Okay, there we go. Yay, we'll get a dude bro voice from the wall audience. So yay. Alrighty then. Yeah, that's really it for the issue. So yeah, looking forward to the next issue. And audience, please recycle your comics. So yeah. All right, let's move on to the next book.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Hello. Are you guys ready for the finale
Mm-hmm.
of this
Oh, this
book? It's
Why
called
is it
oh
there?
Mythical Serial Killer.
this is the
Issue
finale,
5.
man. Oh man. Like,
It's a mini. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it gets enough traction, hopefully we'll get a sequel. So.
It's pretty good. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, it starts out like split paneled between a bloodied like fashion sketch, and
Mm-hmm.
then between an abandoned warehouse, okay, where two people are potentially gonna get moitered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but don't worry, someone's coming up, okay? And one of the
Mm-hmm.
people who might get moitered is the dean, right?
Right.
And he's like, no, like, please, you have to listen to me. I have an idea how to fix this. When Rennie gets here, like, we kill them both, take the phone, give everything a few weeks to cool off, and we'll start off again, like, easy peasy, and everything like that,
Yeah.
And, like, the guy who basically is going to potentially be doing the moitering is like, nah. The smart move is to kill you, the girl, and just walk away. Just kill all three of you, and we're good to go. So basically, we hear a elevator sound, and the guy's like, "I thought I disabled that. Like, I thought you guys disabled that thing." And he's like,
Uh-oh.
"I did." And one of the goons was like that. So basically, we cut to a few panel shot of Rennie in the elevator going down. Right? Can you go to the first picture besides this?
Shooting.
Yeah. She pulling up in the cool outfit that she made.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! She's like, sup,
I gotta
bitch.
say, they did great on the artist for this book.
I know, it's so good. So much gore. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we see Sophie. She is tied up and she has tape over her mouth and everything like that. And so Rennie is starting to walk over to where everyone is. And she's like, Dean Elias, you and I had a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like that. And so those other guys are like being assholes. And they're like, what do you have that you could offer me? And she's like, sigh, well, I'll give you Miss Portia's phone. It contains the only recording of her telling me everything. So, like, you can have the dean there to do what as you please. In return, I get Sophie, you disappear, and you never prey on my schoolmates again. Or so I don't have to kill the lot of you. And they're like, really? You gonna kill us with that emo ass umbrella? And Rennie, if you've been paying attention, you fucking know what's about to go down. Hold on, let me grab my charger real quick.
How dare this person
like,
make
you
fun
see
of an
shots
umbrella?
of her of like her primary weapons, which is her hairpins, her bracelet, and her necklace. Because if you remember, she was killing people with those things. Those are her main weapons of choice.
Yep.
To off people, okay? That's like her thing. So they're all laughing in her face and everything like that, and they're like, "Whoa, you gotta shoot her! Like, go fucking shoot her!" Guess what? She disappears, and then all we see is that she pushes a oil barrel that's already on fire. Can you go to the picture, please? The next picture.
Sure ding.
Hell yeah, moiter!
Oh dang!
Moiter!
That's a fatality right there for Mortal Kombat. You know. So.
I know, but it's great. So basically, the head plops off, and it rolls next to Sophie's foot. Don't worry, she's fine. And so he's like, "Oh shit, light him up!" Starts shooting everywhere, and over time, people dying. Can you go to the next picture? I don't remember what picture that goes.
It's the one in the thumbnail. Man, which between this and Ultimate X-Men, man, you have like your comics have the most gore in them. I noticed.
Sometimes,
you know?
keep in mind, I talked about The Devil That Wears My Face. That had a lot of gore in there, and
Exactly,
I talked about Dracula too.
Exactly,
Sometimes I like gore. Is that a crime? I think it's a very queer thing to like gore, but that's just a me thing.
Gotcha.
So basically, the next page is Rennie using her umbrella to kill another guy. Right. Basically, opens the umbrella from that last guy, and Rennie's like, "So you were saying?" And the other guy's like scared out of his mind, starts shooting and everything, and Rennie is like hanging from one of like the little bar things up top. And she's like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "To be fair, I did warn you." And guess what she does? She takes out her hairpins, right in the eyeballs.
Wow.
And yeah, so now he has hairpins in his eyeballs.
Okay.
And so basically, he's fucked. And Rennie goes to help out Sophie, you know. And she's like, "Oh my God, Sophie, are you okay?" And Sophie's like, did you? And so Rennie's like, "Trust me, I've done way worse." And Sophie's like, "Are you like a serial killer or something?" And Rennie's like, "I'm a fashion designer too. Weird, huh?" And she's like, "See, keep in mind, Sophie, she went through a lot, so she's kind of just like, about everything, you know, validly so." And so Rennie's like, "Oh, I also kind of killed Miss Portia and Bodhi too." And Sophie's like, "Oh, okay." And so Dean Elias is like, "Oh, thank God you came, Rennie. Like, there's no telling what would have happened to me and Sophie if you haven't. Like, I can't thank you enough for saving me." And Rennie's like, "Okay, about that. Also, like, Sophie is like, what the fuck, man? You know?" So basically, Rennie's like, "You know, you should run." Talking to Elias, you know? She's like, "Sophie, can you do me a huge favor? Can you cover your ears and close your eyes as tight as you can, please?"
Oh.
Can you go to the next picture?
Hum your favorite song while you're at it too, you know?
I mean, that's what she does. She was humming a song so that she didn't have to hear the dean, who basically is selling her to potential sex traffickers or to be murdered.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like, I get it, but it's brutal. Anyways, that's the last of that scene. So basically, we cut to, I'm assuming, is Rennie's apartment, and so they're in robes and everything. They're just relaxing, and then she's like, "There, I told you everything. Now you know the real me." And Sophie's like, "No, that's who you used to be. Like, you got me now. Like, you know, it's all good. You are my best friend. You came for me when you could have just stayed out of it. Trust me, I think at this point we're definitely more than just friends, okay? However you want to take that. For me, that's a different story, but like, shut up." Anyways.
Yeah.
And so Rennie's like, "What? Really?" And so Sophie's like, "I think you and I should, like, we should start our own fashion studio. You know, who needs permission or like some fancy degree or anything?" And Rennie's like, "Are you sure about this with someone like me?" And Sophie's like, "Yeah, why not? It can't hurt to have a friend who could do more than sew and stitch and everything like that." And she's like, "We could bring Bets or even Constance or, like, yeah, I know she's a bitch, but there's no doubting her talent." And can you go to the last picture?
Sure thing.
So, Rennie's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you," and so she's like, "Her too." Well, I can't really blame you on that one. She did kind of have it coming. And that's the end of the book. How did you enjoy?
Hey, it gave you the right amount of gore, is what I gotta say.
I love gore.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that and it had like a lot of unique art styles into this book. I mean, it had a good approach. I just wish my comic book shop ordered this comic, so I could have read it too. But hey,
I mean, you can always read it online if you want the.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's that too. I mean, but hey, you can also pick it up and trade because hey, 6 issues make for a trade. So yeah, it was an entertainment run while it lasted. Hopefully, there's enough trash.
Expect more gory comics from me.
Exactly. So yeah, but yeah, good book. Any final thoughts on this before we move on?
If you like gore and other stuff, go read this book.
Gotcha.
So that I can get a sequel.
Gotcha. But alrighty then. I guess with that we should move on. The next book is actually an Austin book, but since he's not here,
wait. I think it. No, it's mine. Then it's Austin. Then it's Austin's.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just looking at the order of the pictures right now.
Yeah, so. I forgot to move it up. I will do that now.
Right. Go ahead, do it.
Okay. Well, guys, we did it. We finished the Toei Nika saga. So, so here we are once again at the end of a book, and normally I like to reflect on the story so far, and figure out how we got here. And I think that's pretty much got the picture. Basically, Makuta, bad guy, Matanui, sleep coma. Okay, Matanui woke up. He had cancer, and they need the Mask of Life to save him. And we went on different Toei adventures, met different Toei teams. But what do I have to say about the Toei Nika? When I first met the Toei Mata, I thought they were, when I was a kid, I thought they were pretty generic, and I didn't really have much to say about them. But as an adult, I really did appreciate them. They have really fun personalities. They clashed really well. I liked how their whole thing was like, we are strong when we're together, but we just hate each other. I mean, we don't hate each other. Like, you're my brother or my sister, but like, I don't want to talk to you if I don't have to. I'm my own guy. But when they were together, they were unstoppable. And I think that's why I think the Bora Cal arc is still one of my favorite arcs in Bionicle. Because it really hammers that point home of how much the Toa Mata or Toa Nuva, whatever they're called, no matter how strong they get, they will always need each other. Right. And so I walked away from the Toa Nuva side. I was like, yeah, these guys are really cool. I like them, and I like seeing them. But not as much as I love me some Toa Metru. Okay, Toa Metru. Ooh. As a kid, I like them more than the Toa Nuva. As an adult, I love them more than the Toa Nuva. Okay? Toa Metru had a lot going on. Each character in the movie, they simplified it down to Vakama was the one with the most shit going on, and Matau was the funny guy, and Nokama. As a kid, I thought Nokama had a crush on Vakama, but Greg Farshi keeps telling you Bionicles can't fall in love with each other. That's just impossible. They can love each other as you would love a friend, but they have no desire to reproduce because they can't. So there's no girlfriends and boyfriends in the Bionicle universe. I would still argue with him, but okay. So I'm not saying they would have sex. I'm saying that it's an asexual romantic relationship at best. I'm just saying that. I mean, there are clearly instances of Mattel, for instance, a running gag he has that he's always flirting with Nokama, even though Greg Farshi says Bionicles don't have romantic interest in each other, but he clearly does. So, whatever. Anyway, the Toa Metru were in the books were great for a lot of ways. For the first time, each Toa was a Matoran. First, which means they started as it's an allegory. So basically, these are the first time the Toa Mata were born heroes. The Toa Metru started as kids, and they basically became teenagers or young adults, as the Bionicle universe has it. They were thrust into this great responsibility, and each of them had their own way of doing things. And also, because of the Metro Nui setting, we got to see not just personalities clash this time. We got to see different cultures clash. Because remember, the Toa Nuva were all kind of born at the same time. They all arrived at the island at the same time, and they all got to know things at the same time. So while they had their own little villages, their cultures weren't really clashing a lot more than who they were. But for the Toa Metro, it was different. Sometimes the way that just because I lived in a different part of the island for so long, me interacting with let's say I'm a lay Metromatoran. A Ta Metromatoran might think differently than me. I think an example of that was lay Metromatoran are risk takers. They live for the thrill of the test and the experimentation and all that stuff. But Ta Metros, they're mask makers. They're builders. They work slow. They work at a good pace that works for them. And for lay Metros, those are boring people. I don't want to hang with them. So I did like seeing those kind of cultures clash, or that culture clash and that personality clash. And this time around, each Toa Metro had their own, I wouldn't say backstory, but they had their own way of tackling issues that made their team cohesion. I mean, they understood that as Toa, they had to work together. Unlike the Toa Nuva, there was never a point where the Toa Metro were okay, I can do this on my own. No, they understood that because they grew up hearing the legends of the Toa, they understood what unity, duty, and destiny. They knew they had to work together, but that doesn't mean they liked each other doing it. So I liked that aspect of them as well. And seeing the team kind of reluctantly follow Vakama around, I thought was really dope. Vakama, and I also like Vakama in the books a little bit more than the movies. A little more backbone to him. Yes, Vakama doubts himself a lot, but I do like that in the book, he's way more assertive when he needs to be early on. In the movie, it's more I don't know what we should do. I'm just going to crossword freak. But in this one, he's more guys, let's just do the thing I say. All right, let's just try it. Okay. I also like that he doesn't take shit well from people. I mean, he'll give you so many chances, and then he just kind of snaps. Anua early in the book kept ragging on Vakama, wouldn't stop doing it. And Vakama at some point, all right, he's all right, you want to talk to me, bro? What do you want? Back off, bro. I was oh, okay.
It doesn't take much to dislocate a limb after all in Bionicle World.
You must not remember I'm a mask maker, which means I made your mask. Okay, don't get on my face, bro. I can break it too. Okay. So I like that little aspect of Vakama as well. I also like that Vakama's arc gets fleshed out in the books more too. I like how in the movie in Bionicle 3, it was he was being not hot-headed. He was being eager, but it was really just, it was displayed as overconfidence. I like in the book, it's a little different. The reason that they get into that trap in Bionicle 3 was mainly because Vakama feels the weight of the Toa Metro's mentor dying. And so he feels like he has to make it right. He has to be the guy. He's forcing himself to be the guy when really it's the whole team that needs to work together. And I also like how nuanced the arc is. They might not like a lot of Vakama's plans because of how he's there are clear moments in that arc where he's clearly well, I mean, if Nokama dies, she dies. Well, we got to get to the fucking Matoran. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And I was yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? But despite him being this way, his plans are still effective for the most part. No matter what, he's still making the right calls. So it's really hard for them to outright just disagree with everything he says, even though they do kind of pull him in and be all right, Nakama, listen, there's some moral things we can't cross here. And the build up to when he actually makes the one mistake that nearly cost the team everything, I felt that a lot more. I really did. The moment where he does make that one fuck up because he is being overly reckless and he's not giving a shit about his team. I felt that a little bit more. Even though I think Eric's a bit messier in the book than it is in the movie, the way it gets resolved, I did appreciate that. I also did like seeing Vakama go up against the Makuta, and we did get to reintroduce Makuta in this era as a threat because I kind of wasn't vibing with him after Mask of Light. I did like how they have to remind you that a lot of the reasons the Toe of Light was strong, but I wasn't fighting at my strongest. And when you guys fought me the first time, I was getting used to a new transformation. That's why you kind of beat me the first time. But I'm telling you right now, from here on out, the next the next time you run into me, you're not getting another chance. Like it's not happening. And he does enforce that in this book. Like you do get to see how evil Makuta is and how much stronger he is. The gap between him and Vakama is like astronomical. So it does lead credence to like how Takanuva. It was impressive that Takanuva could 1v1 the Makuta the way he did. But now we're we're past that, and so now we're at the Toei Nika. And how do I feel about them? Like I said, I was really interested in this idea of the background characters we've been seeing since the first book becoming the main cast. I thought that was a really interesting idea. It wasn't like they hadn't done anything because, like, Jala, he stood up to Tahu when Tahu was like being like wild, when he was wilding out because his pride was hurt because he kept losing to the same Boracal, and Jala was like, "Listen, like you gotta put your pride aside because you're a Toa and we need you. I need you, and I would rather you hit me than me let you get killed." And I thought that was like a really great moment for Jala. And you also had like Naparu, and he made the stuff to fight off the Boracal. We have seen Mataro in the background of it. Oh, we also saw like I get their names crossed because they're so similar. Holly, yes, Holly. Holly in the Mask of Light. And that was the first time where she became the Chronicler. In Takua's place when he became Takanova. I did like again building up these characters in the background while they weren't ever main characters or really even secondary characters. I did think that was kind of cool. How that was executed was really weird because we get one book of them being characters, which is the Ignika portion of the Island of Doom, which is basically when they go on the quest to get to Voyanui. And you do get to see some of the personalities, and but it's stuff we've seen before, but not as cool. So it's more like, it's cool. I mean, Mataro does have a standout moment, which I found out this is why people like Mataro from this book. It was really because of the moment where he like came up with a plan, like he bucked up and he saved the day, and which is fine. I just I wouldn't put him on the cover of the toys, but sure, whatever. I think John looks cooler, but whatever. But yeah, that's the only chance we get to really see them be individuals. And then we go to Island of Doom, and it's like they just stop being characters, and it's really weird. I mean, like they're all into like they say things where okay, this is Huki talking, this is Kongu saying something, but like it's not really, it doesn't say much about them as much as like the Toamatas. The Toamata don't have, they're just cliches to an extent, but they have a lot more dynamic conversations than I think the Toei Nika do. They're just a good team, and that's the best thing I could say about them. And that book was so Paraka focused. I didn't get to know much about the Toei Nika, like as there were Toas. I mean, these are, again, we're seeing another example of Matoran becoming Toa. They're the first new Toa team since the Toa Nuba in the timeline, as far as timeline. But that doesn't really get explored much. Do they feel up to the challenge? I guess Greg Farshi didn't want to repeat what the Toa Metro went through, but still, I mean, I do like the idea that this team gets through a lot of their trials because they did learn from the Toa Nuba, and because Vakama did tell them the stories of the Toa Metro, they know, okay, listen, I know.
Bro, are you jealous that these people are confident in their abilities?
Well, is that? I mean, like, I like that. I like that. It's more. I like that they're a team that's learned from the past, and because of that, they don't make the same mistakes. But I do think it makes them uninteresting in the sense that they don't have new mistakes to make. They just kind of go through the problems and they win. And I think
this dude hating, bro. I think he's on the other side.
Well, I mean, Paraka are pretty cool. No, they were. I think my problem with the Paraka is they are always backstabbing each other, which at first is funny and it's interesting. I mean, like at first they're working together pretty fine. They clearly don't like each other, but they are working together. And then as the book goes on, it's like every couple chapters, one Paraka is trying to backstab another Paraka. And it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? and the fact that the book stops, even though the Phanatics already get a section to themselves. Post that, there's a whole 10 chapters. Well, not 10. That's exaggerating. 5 chapters about the Paraka's backstory, and I'm like, why didn't you just put this earlier in the book? Because right now we're in the part where we need to be hunting for the Mask of Life, and it would be interesting to learn more about our heroes. Again, they just became Toa. So it was just a missed opportunity for me. Not to say the Paraka's backstory isn't interesting. We get more with the Shadowed One. He returns. We get to see his relationship, we also get to see the origins of Toa Likon's first team and how they all died, which was interesting as well. I mean, there's stuff about it I like. It's just like I would rather just explore the main characters we have. But yeah, I hear so far it sounds like Greg Marshall, when he wrote this book, apparently what he really wanted was to start the slate clean. The Telemetry was a very lore-heavy saga, and everyone loved it. Apparently, from my research, the Telemetry was one of the best arcs in Bionicle history for a lot of people, for good reason. But he did want to have a soft reboot with the new team and a new objective, which is connected to what the last team did, but it's its own thing. You can just start here. And the book succeeds in that. It is simple enough to go. You can follow the series like this, but it comes at the detriment of some things. But yeah, I hear the next book over, the Marhi Nui saga, is actually fixes a lot of the problems I have. So we'll see. All in all, the Toa Naga saga was a letdown. It was the book I was the most interested in seeing, but now I'm just like, eh. But it did have a great song, "Move Along." I still love that song. That's one of my favorite songs ever. And once we go to Marhi Nui, we'll have 4 new Bionicle songs. So that'd be kind of cool. It also has the most iconic moment in Bionicle history. Whether I like it or not, we'll see. But it is the most iconic. For a lot of fans, I remember going to school and people who actually read Bionicle at the time were like, "Man, that scene made me cry, bro. I was so sad." I was like, okay. So,
you cry, you have to apologize to all the movie go criers.
It's true. I don't think I will though. I know what it is. I don't think it's gonna happen. So,
it won't happen.
It probably won't, because I know what it is, and I know as a kid it would have made me cry. But yeah, we'll see. Marhi Nui is going to be interesting for me because it's one of my favorite islands because it's an underwater island. And, it has 2 of my favorite trailers in all of Bionicle history. One for the villains and one for the heroes, and they're both
one for the Blood God.
One for the Blood God, and they're both 10 out of 10 trailers with amazing soundtracks. One of them is a mini movie, actually. It's like a 5-minute mini movie. So, I really
Jake, an island by the name of Doom, and also an underwater kingdom.
Yeah, he really is just hating on the fans before. No matter where you go, he can't help it.
Yeah.
But yes, the hunt for the Mask of Life will end in Marhi Nui. So, but yeah, that's my Bionicle retrospective. Again, you can read all this on Crossfire Geeks. And I should say this with my Vampire System too. There's a lot of stuff when I read this for the sake of time. I don't go into every little detail. I go into the most important things I can think of. So there's a lot of stuff that you're probably not hearing that you should probably read about when I do reviews that are this big in scope. So please go check out Crossfire Geeks. Read this stuff for yourself. Find those details I didn't talk about and enjoy them. So there you go. Yeah.
Gotcha. But alrighty then. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the next book. So, move on to the next. Austin.
Phanatics. Oh, no. Transform. Oh, okay. My bad. I forgot it had to be books. I can't get the plan as one of my
We're saving Phanatics for last, so.
Yeah, it's 12:38, so I'm just going to kind of go through this one. Since this is the one less important book, we skipped a lot of Transformers to get to this number. So,
gotcha.
This whole issue, the first half is Ultra Magnus. People don't remember back when Shockwave made a whale ocean converter that can turn that to energon to bring Cybertron to Earth in like the first 15 issues for some reason.
Okay.
You find out he was torturing Ultra Madness and a few others back on Cybertron.
God dang.
So when Ultra Madness got called to Earth and said, "Hey yo, we have to fight these guys," he ran away like a bitch.
Ah, look at that.
So yeah, this whole issue is really there was 17 issues, and also if people don't remember, but Optimus Prime is being corrupted by Megatron because he had his arm and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though he lost the arm, his matrix of leadership stuff still being corrupted as Megatron. Because Megatron isn't worthy, or Megatron is like anti-worthy. You know what I mean?
The unworthy.
It's the Dark Energon Master. It's so.
How dare Megatron pollute the pure soul that is Optimus? You know.
No, I believe I have 3 photos. Go to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah. So after Ultra Madness is done dealing with his stuff, he said, "I know this is hard to believe, y'all. We might have to kill Optimus Prime." He doesn't know Optimus Prime is fine and still fighting Well, he's holding it off, but still fighting Megatron right now. And y'all can see we get the famous quote. That's why I got this page: "One shall stand, one shall fall."
Yeah. You know.
They love quoting the '86 movie. I'll tell you that much.
Here is a little bit more because of how brutal this war has been. It actually feels like a real quote he earned, and not just them fucking around for a million years. But Optimus loses, so obviously Megatron is the biggest threat easily in this universe by far right now.
Oh, so he's the Prime version of Megatron, where Optimus.
Yeah, this is clearly the Gladiator.
Yeah,
because the people don't know the writers and stuff for this right now. They wrote multiple books, mostly about fighting, like dual power. Dual power bomb. The artist from Power Rangers, which is known for fighting at this point, the comics at least. So their choreography and stuff is really good. So you see Megatron like systematically break Optimus Prime down in a fight. Like Jake, it kind of feels like a Sherlock Holmes type situation. Y'all see that scene of Sherlock Holmes? He's like,
Optimus swings a punch, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, bro, like Megatron dogs this man when they finally get into the mix. But it cuts to the inside of Optimus Prime's Matrix. We've been trying to talk about this since it happened, but it was so fucking weird that him just walk inside of it. Go to the next picture. If you don't know, for Optimus to be standing right now and hold back corruption, it's because Spike sacrificed himself just like his father did. We did do this issue when it happened because I wanted to hear Jake's opinion on it. So that's why I made sure to bring this issue because they brought it back up. But as you can see, Sparky is still in there. He's not dead. He's not converted to energy. It's like imagine if in the leadership was like where the primes were of the past. We don't see them, but that's kind of how this area feels, according to the book.
I wish the primes like looked up 2 humans being in there and they like picked them up and like, you gotta get out.
But this is also why Optimus would gain Spike some memories and not Spike. What's the dude's name?
Soundwave?
No, the dad. Spike's dad. It's something stupid. That's all I remember. I didn't like his name.
Just say the dad.
It's something stupid anyway. But it's Sparky. Spark plug or something.
Okay.
Something dumb. But as you can see, he sees Spike on the inside, and Optimus has to explain to him, you told me to protect him, I kind of failed. And he decided to sacrifice himself just like you did. And as you can see here at the bottom panel, he's like, my beautiful boy, oh Spike. And it got to the next thing. But that's why I shared it, because Optimus feels that bond, and you find he shares that bond with everybody under him.
Oh, wow. This is a leader. It's almost like he's the leader everybody wants to have, you know? And
the worst part is all the people he's seeing are brutally dead.
Oh, dang it.
Remember, we died in issue 1. The next guy died, I think, like in the first 5 issues. The third guy died like somewhere around age of 10, 15.
Gotcha.
Wait, Optimus's face is blue?
He's gonna have some. He's gonna have some serious survival.
No. His face mask is gray.
No, his face is blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's talking about the area around his eyes. Yeah, that's blue.
yeah, I got used to it being silver. I don't like it being blue.
Yeah.
And from a flashback, it seemed like Orion's face was silver.
Mm-hmm.
So just part of like the confirmation. But as you can see here, the dialogue, he fully quotes like what Sparky said, I think earlier. He's like, "My beautiful boy," and he starts talking about the infection. This infection wants to take you away from yourself. It wants you to give up, to put the walls up, just like I did.
Wow.
And because if people don't remember, at the beginning of this book, when we first make Sparkplug, he was fully fuck these robots. And then he accidentally got his sunshine, which made him turn himself around because Optimus saved him. Now you think like you're letting this war turn you into a man that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
The infection trying to turn you into a man you are. You need to stand up. And like as Sparky tells him, but I'm not like that anymore, and neither are you. And thanks to you. And so he, in a way, saved Optimus. This is my last photo for this, right?
Yeah, it is.
But that's basically how it ends. And Optimus basically, he gets back up, he's ready for the number 2 thing. But as we know, like I said, Ultramat is coming here thinking he has to kill Optimus. So we'll see how that goes next issue, if I try to talk about it.
Gotcha.
But I just wanted to show Jake how they portrayed it inside the leadership, since it was very confusing when it first happened. It's still not fully explained, but at least it's like not just humans being converted to energy legitimately. Where the fuck that shit was going on? Like we thought it was, because me and Jake talked about it. So we were thinking like, can you imagine like if Optimus did turn evil, he starts shoving people in the chest?
All aboard the pickup. So
yeah, it implied, Jake, that it only really worked because it was a sacrifice choice, and the Primes like accepted them in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well,
more than like just being grabbing a random person and throwing them into the leadership.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when we get to it. So
this is a nice little issue. I might do the last few of these only because the writing team is changing soon. I think issue 20 or issue 25. Robert Kirkman himself takes over.
Yep. Almost like we have a big
event. If you read Invincible, that's either going to be very good or very bad.
Ooh.
I read all Invincible. Invincible is a good book, but it does suffer from tropes that I don't think this writer ever really learned from. Because they're in The Walking Dead too.
Oh wow. No, let's just hope we're the best. This is gonna be out of Kirkman's wheelhouse, so hey.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. We do know we're gearing up to phase 2. We're gonna get Duke and all them meeting the Autobots for one. The full team up stuff. And they already confirmed the appearance of Snake Eyes. So the Snake Eyes fans can stop asking, where's my guy?
Question, is it going to be the actual Snake Eyes?
It's the actual guy.
The actual guy. They're not pulling that last Snake Eyes movie on us, are they?
No, apparently it's the guy we all know.
The guy who actually has a scar on his face, the guy who's actually a veteran, the guy who can't actually talk. All right. Just want to be sure about that.
I don't know. I don't know if he won't be able to fully talk because they might do the vow of silence, but it's definitely going to be the soldier, veteran dude with just super abnormal feats for some reason.
Yeah. So, all right, that's cool. Well, we'll see what happens, audience. So, yeah. Look up high.
The last thing they say is, please protect my son. Don't fuck up again. To take care of that's the end of this issue of the book.
Gotcha. So anyway, all right. I guess with that, we should get on to the last book of the night, audience. So
yeah, my phone's gonna die soon.
Yeah, don't worry. We're about to breathe through this. Because this book is very simple. But people don't remember Doom sent them throughout time. Everyone's in their own time periods.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the thing. It's in dinosaur time. Johnny's at the end of time. No, Johnny is like
No,
100 years and stuff. After that,
yeah, basically when the whole
Sue
world's
at the
coming
end
to
of
that,
time,
yeah,
and Reed's in
the
like he's
Renaissance.
in the future somewhere.
He's like, he's in the Renaissance time,
Oh no, you're
So
right. Yeah. So they
yeah,
all had to find the Forever Stone, but in Sue's
yep.
time, the Forever Stone is gone.
Yeah, because like Reed had the brilliant contingency plan of like telling the whole family, and in scenarios like this when we're lost all throughout time, our suits have a homing beacon that'll send us to the Forever Stone, which is a stone Reed found that existed all throughout time. So
Which is
okay,
crazy to think about.
yeah, that's smart on Reed. Again, he proves himself to be the smartest person in the universe with stuff
I'm
like
sure
this.
that stone to the
Credit
world.
to Ryan North. He's very good at making. I don't like it's. We can't say the science is obviously real or
Uh-huh.
correct, but
Yeah.
he sells
He's
how
good at fake science.
he
He's
makes
good at
Reed sell it to you that you'll
Yeah.
believe he can do it.
no.
Mhm.
That's like how Star Trek, Doctor Who, all the sci-fi shows that stand the test of time do it. They just make it sound like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, that's okay.
Funny, Jake. Funny you should say stand the test of time when Reed's plan included something that stood the test of time, Jake. Okay, but
Yeah,
yeah, like,
but
but the plan was like, okay, you go to that stone and you carve in like the coordinates, of the time period you're in, So yeah, naturally, since Soothe all the way in the future where the sun turns red and all of life is gone, like she's the last person they have left to save the day. Unfortunately, she can't find the Forever Stone. Something
yeah, it's
about
been destroyed.
yeah, like I guess it's just been buried so deep that her suit can't pick up the signaling on that. But don't fret, audience, because like as when Reed realizes, at this point, Sue should have come picked us up by now. If that's the case, something's wrong for signaling, so she can't find it. So Reed ends up conducting a plan in order to
I have a
actually.
picture of that too, but I
Yeah.
think it's out of order, so you can check.
Okay. First, we'll go to the what Reed is doing. Like another interesting use of his power. He's
Yeah,
hollowing out
these don't
tunnels.
know he dug his hand in the ground, and then as you
Yeah.
can see, he wormed his way like roots down into the ground,
God,
so he can carve
no.
markings and stuff, so Sue can follow to the
Gotcha.
stone.
Oh, and also he went as far as to make his own secluded house, right? Because he's going to be forging stuff that shouldn't be around this time period. So he's being careful not to introduce modern mechanics into a time
I
period
can't
where it doesn't
wait for
exist.
that because I want that to bite him in the ass one day.
No, he'll likely burn all that and
I
destroy it.
know he
He'll be
will, but I
careful.
just like
Yeah,
the idea that there's some dude in the past that went to the future. He was just so insignificant, it didn't matter. Just like
gotcha.
a side story.
Gotcha. But regardless, so yeah, it takes him a while, but his master plan, really, right, audience, was to make all these hollow points, and he
You got the
actually ends
photo.
up.
We have the photo.
Yep. Let's go to the vote. Yeah, he puts diamonds all around these hollow points because audience diamond doesn't age. Wow. So
Yep.
Sue realizes she knows who her husband is. So she
Look how
would
many he
yeah,
did though, bro. How lost do you
yeah,
think she was?
a lot of bling bling for his wife, man. Come on, nothing but the best for her. So yeah, she found she saw all the diamonds, and she finally found the Forever Stone. And wouldn't you know it, audience? Apparently Reed hid a time machine inside the Forever Stone. So I'm like, wow.
And how the
He,
fuck did he do that? That's what I was like, nah. That's
no,
too much.
he
I'm fine
probably
with
used.
building a time machine. But the thing is, he had to put it inside the stone, Jake. Maybe he had
I
to
would think.
hollow out the stone and fit a whole time machine in there, and then it still
I
somehow stand the test of time.
Jake, Austin, I would imagine like he probably used some pin particles or something for that, to put it
Bro, and
inside.
you have pin particles in the Renaissance age?
Well, dude, obviously, well, I mean, they have taken trips back to the beginning of time, so I guess in one of those trips, like, yes, Reed put that time machine inside that stone.
Jake, this
Remember,
nigga is cheating.
It's
remember,
okay.
I do remember at one point they went back to the point where that the first fish came out of the water and had legs. So
That's
hey,
a great fish, man.
Yep. And I gotta say, after this, you could definitely tell, Reed, you're getting some from your wife after this. You
Yeah.
know, like, you got husband points out of this. So, yeah, yeah, good
Yeah,
on
leave
Reed.
our co-host to bring it back to sex. You hear this guy? Y'all hear this, people?
Oh wow! Yeah, Reed needs to be congratulated when he deserves congratulations. You know, audience. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Quit being an H. Come
Hell
on,
no,
give him some
doesn't deserve
props.
shit.
I'm just
Give
saying,
him props.
I'm just saying, a real smart man would never be in the situation to begin with.
Oh
Well, a real smart
wow!
man just has a way to prevent a guy he didn't know could do this. Just
I
sends him
didn't,
through time.
I didn't call him the smartest man in the world. That's all I'm saying.
Being the smartest man don't mean you can
Keep in mind,
predict everything that happens.
a literal
All right,
like
so that's
five.
the real smartest man. All right. All I'm saying
Mhm,
is Doom is in the present day. Okay,
mhm.
I'm saying.
And so would they be.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Doom was
You
not in.
were you were able to make a
Lunella
message.
is smarter than Reed.
Yeah.
No, she
Yeah,
isn't.
that's not why you keep saying the smartest man and not the smartest person.
Mhm,
Really.
mhm.
Still,
But yeah, Reed was able to devise a way to send a message billions of years into the future. Jake, come on, you know.
Yeah.
So
I have the photo of the time machine too, I think.
okay. Let's see if I have.
If
No,
I
we don't.
don't, then that means the Doom photo. Just go to it.
Okay, let's go to DuPont.
But
So
he goes
anyway,
back and
like,
pick the ball up. And for Doom's point of view, I want Jake to see this. He sends them to different times. He turns around and they right there.
Oh, it's the Samurai
this
Jack
thing-
ending.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Richards. Oh no,
What? You're back already?
no. Oh yeah, that was really good.
But
Doom is
it
like
was
the
so
fuck.
funny.
Hmm.
It really would have been
I
type
just
shit
like
if Doom
almost got
just
my ass
expected.
beat by some kids. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I
He almost
enjoyed
got
this.
his ass beat by kids.
Hmm.
I enjoyed this moment, but it always brings up the thing of Marvel at some point is gonna have to shut the door or close the Valeria thing.
Yeah.
So you can't keep having Doom attempt to murder her family and then like have her be like Doom's biggest supporter half the time.
It is gonna be awkward, especially when we last saw One World Under Doom, where Doom literally rips Reed's head face
His
off.
face off.
Yeah.
He just
You
takes his face
just
off.
if you want the relationship, you got two things. Either Valeria's got to break up the relationship with him, or Doom's got to stop going after the Flare in a malicious
Yeah.
way. It's got to be
I,
more
I,
of like
I
that.
Larry have to break up with the family and full on be the heir to Doom like he wants. Or
mhm.
Doom needs to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I just want to see how Valerio responds to the whole beat powered power plant Doctor Doom has in Latveria. You know.
Or you have to settle it down to a rivalry, not an enemy. That's what
Mhm.
that's the feel you do.
You
Like,
want them to do the Virgil's and
yeah, we're just like,
when
well,
they
you're
fight,
in
and
my
he's just like, well, whatever. I'm gonna do my thing.
hand me the
Gotcha.
ultimate nullifier, Doom. If you want
Mhm.
it, you have to take it.
Gotcha.
You want their daughter, you're gonna have to take her. You already knew that.
But she's my daughter.
Gotcha.
That did happen though. That wasn't a joke. Before time runs out, she ran to live with Doom. And they came to take her. He was Doom about to fight about it. And they were like, oh, you know what? We have like 5 minutes before the world ends to go ahead and talk to her.
Hey, Reed
But then
gave
the
a
world did
convincing
end. But we'll talk about
argument.
that another day.
Reed gave a convincing argument in those 5 minutes, is what you're telling me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, like the issue ends with like Doom trying to do his plan yet again to send him through a different point in time, but like the issue ends with like the time machine popping up in the Fantastic Four's home. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
They
happens.
also say the reason the fight really stops though, according to Reed, something Doom's doing now means no matter what they try to do against him in this moment, he's going to find a way, go back in time, I guess his own self, and just beat them.
No.
So it's better just us to leave. He just be like,
Mhm.
you got it.
I'll defeat him in the debate with all cameras
Yeah.
pointed at
We
him,
can't beat him physically, we'll have to beat him
I'll-
mentally.
Yep. I'll expose Doom for the fraud that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is why people aren't just running up Dr. Doom trying to fight him fist hand in this event, if you want to know.
Yep. Gotcha. Anyway, yeah, that's really how the issue ends. So yeah, audience. that is it for the books of this
You
week.
do have one more thing though.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Jake
Okay.
got his Doctor Who. I'm about to say Doctor Doom review.
Jake,
Doctor Who
Jake,
review.
Jake, you do the review under a minute?
I don't. I can stay up late. Unless if you guys gotta go, I can stay up late.
No,
No,
you don't want to have to leave. Don't make it about
Yeah,
us.
no.
yeah,
I thought I established. You weren't here, but I thought I established that last week on Tuesday.
No, it's just that we're 1 minute away from 12 o'clock mark, Jake.
Oh, no, that's
remember,
not-
remember, Jake. I had to speed. I had to do our Flash 1 minute war of
that was
reviews.
an issue.
Another
This
1
is a
minute.
season.
Come
Okay,
on.
this is different. Okay?
This is a bad season too.
Yes.
Oh,
Doctor Who season 6. The Matt Smith, the Stephen Moffat era continues.
I don't like how you look at us.
Yeah. Well, that's because you don't like his face because it's ugly. No, okay, but
he already looks better here than he did in Morbius. So
Well,
yeah.
I disagree. Morbius is at least happy.
But yeah, so the Doctor returns with Amy and Rory and River Song. And so their adventures continue. And I think this season, I'm not gonna bury the lead. I did not enjoy this season. I thought this was a very what and you know what? I like I said before, this is basically a different comic run. So there's the Russell T Davies era, which is its own comic run, season 1 through 4, and it's the same here. Stephen Moffat comes in, he's like, I'm gonna tell Doctor Who my own way. And that's like season 5 through whatever Capaldi's ends. And so with that, you're gonna get a new tone, and you guys know me, I'm open to like new ideas or whatever. I just don't like the way Moffat writes Doctor Who. Stephen Moffat was fine for the most part. I really have really much issue with it. It was a bit more serialized. It was a bit more like it was a bit more overarching than the previous seasons. Like Doctor Who before had overarching plot lines, but they're mainly adventure stories, and every now and then it was like the Steven Universe way of doling out plots. This is more like the later seasons of Young Justice, I would say, in terms of
oh my god.
in terms of like, yes, there is a plot line throughout each episode, and you're gonna have to follow it. Unfortunately, this plot line is about Dr. River Song. Okay, now River Song was introduced in the Russell T Davies era when Stephen Moffat wrote an episode. I forgot what the time of the episode was, but basically the Doctor and Donna. Yes, Donna. Yes, I'm trying to remember which companion it was. Doctor and Donna go on an adventure in the universe's greatest library, and they run into River Song there. Now, the River Song eventually reveals that she is the Doctor's wife. And the Doctor's like, "Well, I didn't marry you." He's like, "No, I marry you in the future. I'm a time traveler, and like you're my husband, and all this other shit." So every time we meet River Song, it's actually really cool. I actually do like the idea. Every time we meet River Song, the Doctor she's going backwards, he's going forwards, basically. I thought that was like a really cool idea for like a time traveling relationship. It's a very unique, creative idea. Too bad this season, by the time I'm done with River Song, I hated this character. This character got on my nerves. Yeah. I was not having it. We also get more on Amy and Rory this season, and I gotta say, I don't like them as I didn't like them as companions in this season. Not because they did anything wrong, but because they go through an inhuman amount of trauma in this season, and it's never addressed. I just want you guys to know. You see the guy there, Rory, in the background? See him?
Yeah.
That character dies like no less than like 4 times this season.
Okay.
I mean, like, he gets killed, and this is after Amy gets like put into a coma or some shit, and she needs 1,000 years to regenerate, and Rory has to sit there and wait 1,000 years for his girlfriend. I mean, sit there. There's no phone charger. He can't go outside. There's no civilization. He has to sit there and wait on his fiance to wake up in 1,000 years. I was like, what the fuck? Could you imagine having to sit somewhere and wait with nothing to do for a day, let alone 1,000 years? Hell no.
I
break this.
we recently read The Mummy, going through that, waiting
I
for
suppose.
he has one true love. So
I suppose.
yeah.
I'm going to jump ahead to season 7, but I want you to understand how much this pissed me off because Amy and Rory break up for a random reason that I won't get into, and when they have an argument about it, and Rory's like, "Well, obviously I love you more than you love me," and Amy's like, "How could you say that?" He's like, "Because I sat there for 1,000 years for you. What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, well, just so you know, the hardest thing I ever had to do was breaking up with you." I'm like, shut up. I was so mad. I was like, don't you ever say that in your life. No, but yeah. Also, Rory killed another version of you just to be with you, so I don't even want to hear it. But whatever. That's another thing. Rory, these companions go through back to back to back trauma because every episode is a horror themed episode, or most of them are. And I don't really like that. In Doctor Who, one of the things I loved about the Russell T Davies era was that anything could be an adventure. We could go on our scary adventures, but sometimes our adventure was just, again, one of my favorite ideas for an episode was one of the adventures was just the Doctor was in a traffic jam in space. And that was an episode. I thought that was really cool. And the Doctor had to solve a traffic jam. Or there was a really humanizing one where the Doctor was stuck on a shuttle with a bunch of people, like normal people he was making friends with. And by the end of that episode, the Doctor is a terrified man. He is scared for his life. Things like that. I like the different types of ways to tell a Doctor Who story. But with Stephen Moffat in season 6, it's always a horror story. And that's not to say individually these aren't good. Some of them are good. It's just that I don't want to watch that every time I watch Doctor Who. It's just boring. And then the River Song plot herself, which I already talked about in the last Doctor Who review, but the plot twist being that she's actually Amy and Rory's daughter, that the Doctor saw as a baby, and she's had a crush on the Doctor because Amy had a crush on the Doctor. All right, I'm trying not to get... Stephen Moffat likes to get timely wobbly. Amy gives birth to a baby. The baby's name is Melody. Melody gets kidnapped by a terrorist organization that's out to kill the Doctor. Okay? We're following so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Melody is a sleeper agent. At some point, they drop Melody off with Amy when she's a child. So Melody, when she's a little girl, grows up alongside Amy, but Amy doesn't know that the person she was friends with her whole life is actually her daughter from the future. That makes sense? Okay. Okay, you still convoluted this getting, okay? Melody hears Amy talk about the Doctor, and because Amy had a crush on the Doctor when she was a little girl, because that's when she first met the Doctor, Melody develops a crush on the Doctor when she was a little girl. And so now there's already getting weird. You see where this is going. Also, we retcon, because this was not a thing in season 5, we retcon the reason Amy and Rory got together in high school was because Melody convinced them that they liked each other. Because the reason that Amy wasn't going to go out with them is because she thought Rory was gay. Okay.
It sounds like somebody's watching some Back to the Future logic here,
Yeah. By the way, this is a paradox, I feel, and they make a big deal about paradoxes in the next season, but I guess this doesn't count, whatever, Moffat. Anyway, so after season 5, right, all those adventures happen. We come back to season 6, where oh my god, I feel like I need to draw this out. Okay. Because this is very confusing. It's very confusing to explain. After season 5, and after they see the baby gets kidnapped, the Doctor goes to hunt down Melody, the baby, because he's looking for the baby specifically. But Melody is now an adult with Amy. So when the Doctor goes back to get Amy, Melody shows up, and she's like, by the way, her name is Mel, by the way. And she's like, hey, I heard about a lot about you, Doctor. I want to go on adventures with you. And Amy, Rory, and the Doctor don't know this is actually Melody, the baby. Okay? Are you still with me? Have I lost you?
Yeah. No. See you on, man.
Okay. So then they go on an adventure where they accidentally stopped the assassination of Hitler. Okay. And they feel bad about it. They're like, oh, I guess we can't let him die because he doesn't die. But
imagine feeling sorry that you killed Hitler, audience.
Well, no. They feel sorry that they felt bad that they stopped the assassination of Hitler because I think the doctor's like, well, he doesn't die here yet. We can't kill him before that point. Anyway, so then Melody gets shot. Mel gets shot, and then the doctor realizes, oh, this is Melody, because I forgot to mention Melody is also in some fan fiction shit. Melody is also part Time Lord. So because when she was conceived, the doctor and you see how God, I hate this. So when she was conceived, Melody and when she was conceived in the TARDIS. Like Amy and Rory had sex in the TARDIS. So because of that, Rory's seed was radiated, and now Mel was born part Time Lord. So when she got shot in the Hitler episode, she regenerates like the doctor, but she regenerates into the lady you see on the poster. And that's how she became River Song. That's the one we know. That's the character we know, basically. And then, and so it was a whole bunch of that. Oh, by the way, and so the doctor stops her from assassinating him and convinces her to be a better person, and now she's in love with the doctor. So again, I just want to reiterate, the doctor is best friends. The doctor's best friend had a baby, and the doctor is now married to that baby in the future.
Okay.
But this is now this sounds confusing, and when you watch the show, it does play out. You understand it, but it's unnecessarily complicated. Okay, and it's so bullshit. And even when they do get married, because we do see that episode, it's just kind of whatever. Like, I don't feel anything. It doesn't feel as epic as Moffat wants it to be. So I hated it. Also, the fact that Amy was kidnapped and forced to have this baby with terrorists, and she's not the least bit traumatized by it, is insane to me. I don't understand. Moffat has a problem with emotional realism when he's the showrunner. I don't understand. Like, characters just kind of brush off very traumatic events that happen to them constantly. That said, I think the best writing for the season actually does go to Matt Smith. He's really funny as the doctor. And there's a lot of like real nuances in his performance where I don't like him as much as David Tennant yet. Hopefully he'll get there. But I mean, I do like him. He is a good doctor. Even if I don't like his face. So yeah, I mean, like, but every time there is one good episode of the season. The Doctor's Wife, which I really enjoyed. And it's really about the doctor. Where you know the TARDIS, you see the police box in the background. That's the TARDIS.
Right.
It accidentally the soul of the TARDIS, they established in the first season that the TARDIS has a soul, or what's akin to a soul, and the soul gets put into a woman, and the woman is actually the TARDIS, and the doctor actually gets to talk to his TARDIS, and they have such good chemistry with each other, and they feel like such an old married couple. I love it. Like, she's like, where she's always like, you never did fly the thing right. He's like, what are you talking about? I flew it right all the time. Like, no, there was a lot of it. You're just kind of bullshitting. I do like the line too, where he's like, you can't tell me what to do. I stole you. You're my TARDIS. He's like, I let you steal me because I wanted you. Basically. I like the idea that the TARDIS always loved the doctor. Like, he found him interesting, so she wanted the doctor in his life, basically. And I like the idea that while the doctor goes on adventures, the TARDIS loves doing it with him. Like, she's the one companion that will never abandon him if she can. And I just love how much they care for each other. Like, even though they do get on each other's nerves, I do like how they do get on each other's nerves, because the TARDIS is very smart, and she's very critical of the doctor, but she also clearly cares about him and loves him and wants what's best for him. And the doctor feels the same way. He wants what's best for the TARDIS. And when the TARDIS does get her soul back, like she does go back to being a spaceship. I do like how sad it kind of is that the Doctor has to give up this relationship with someone who he genuinely loves, basically. And it has a very sad ending. But the Doctor realizes, like, listen, I won't be able to talk to the TARDIS again. But I do get to go on adventure with the TARDIS, and I think that's okay. So I really did enjoy that episode. But other than that, this season was pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend it. I do amongst Doctor Who fans. This is apparently the most divisive season of Doctor Who, at least in the Moffat era. So hopefully it gets better from here. I did start season 7. It's okay, but yeah. So yeah, Doctor Who season 6. Don't recommend it. The Melody Pond stuff really drags it down. I hate how much Moffat really loves this character because she's the worst part of season 6. By the way, right? If you think her plot line's confusing, I didn't even explain to you the season finale, and I'm not going to. But it's more.
Dr. Tylenol's orders, audience, you know? So
yeah, I just don't think Stephen Moffat, I think he writes good individual episodes, but he's not a good showrunner, at least so far where I'm at. I will say this, though. At least his Christmas specials feel like Christmas specials. So
okay.
When Russell T. Davis was writing the Christmas specials, I was like, this doesn't feel like Christmas at all. I think every Russell T. Davis Christmas special is like the Doctor kills somebody or like burns babies in one Christmas special. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, you know, Doctor Who, what you gonna do? I still prefer the Russell T. Davis era, but you know, maybe somebody will enjoy the Matt Smith era, and that's okay. I'm just excited to get to Peter Capaldi, which is after season 7. So we'll see. And by the way, just in case, so people know, I'm probably not watching all of Doctor Who. I'm just going up to the 13th Doctor. That's the first female Doctor. I just want to see what that story was about, and then I'm checking out. So there you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But alrighty then. Guess with that, we made it to the end, audience.
Yeah.
We made it.
Bye, audience. We'll see you next week. Lols.
We saw you at the end of the line, audience. So see y'all next time.